Hello, everyone who is watching on YouTube. We are going to be doing anime body types today. So hopefully we'll cover a lot and we'll be on topic. So we'll see what goes on during this whole live stream today. But for now, before everyone comes, I'm just going to be drawing this. Hello. Hi there. Hey, Vio. Hey, Cravings. Honestly, that's such a relatable name. Cravings. Hey, Malin. Hey, VRC. Hey, Danny. Thank you. I'm just doodling to warm up a little bit before everyone comes in, or before we have a good amount of people come in. We're doing some anime body types today. So I think what I'll do is I will cover like just a variety of body types, how to stylize them, how to make them, look a little bit more convincing and stuff like that. But I don't think I'll go too much in depth with anatomy on this one because that takes too long of a time. Hi. Hi, Eugia. Hi, Laxatives. Hello. How's everyone's day been? Hey, Errol. Oh, you've been waiting. Yeah, we had actually got a... Hey, Autumn, thank you for sharing. We got a request for, how to draw, the male body. And I'm like, yeah, maybe we'll do that for this stream today. Something like that. Hey, Apple. Welcome back. Hey, Soph. Just got a new mechanical pencil. It's quite smooth, and I can't wait to draw. Awesome. Yeah, pretty chill so far. We had lunch before the stream because, we got to fuel up, right? Woke up a few hours ago. That's great. Hey, Mitsubi. I missed your 2 lives and I was like, oh, I'm sorry, Allie. Well, I'm glad that you did not miss this one. Hopefully that'll be useful for you. Danny's at work. Oh, I see. That's fun. Well, not fun for her if she's not having fun, but hello. The one with the roses and bloody teardrops. Cool name, honestly. Oh, awesome, Meow. New fan. Great. Thank you. Do you think you'll do a shoe live? That could be fun. Honestly, I could go through shoes at some point in one type of live. I'm not sure. Shoes are kind of hard. I have to practice. But yeah, maybe I'll cover that. I think I'll write that down, actually. So, shoes. That's... Hi, Mia. No, you're not late at all.
Hello.
Oh, hey, Artsy Ray. Welcome back.
Hello, Artsy. I was here for your last live.
Nice.
That's great.
I remember you.
Welcome back.
It's very iconic when you have the Procreate as your Procreate thing as your what's it called? Your profile picture.
Hey, Sarah.
Hey, Sarah. Hey, Pompoof.
Hey, Iz.
Hi, Big Toe. Hi, hello.
So in a few minutes, we'll probably do announcements as well. We have a couple things to announce. Just making a sandwich.
Nice.
Hello,
Yum.
Shadowfox. Quite a few people here. Yep, 137 people.
Oh, that's pretty good. That's like I feel like we're getting new regulars every time we stream, which is great. I like it. It's quite chill. Oh, that actually looks like a pretty good body. Okay, I think I'm pretty much warmed up. Do you want to start announcements first, or do you want me to just kind of go into the whatever lesson? I don't care.
I can do that.
Okay.
All right. And we wrote them out.
Before we start.
So number 1 is we are starting challenges in the Discord server. So there's going to be weekly and monthly challenges. It's going to start in the first week of August. And Vio and Tofungus are going to be running that for us. So Vio is looking for people to make decorations for the challenge sheet. It's going to be like clip art. I would message them. Vio, are you in here?
I think I saw them. Yeah, I saw Vio.
So, Vio needs people to do little stickers and clip art and stuff for the theme. I think it's back to school. Yep, Vio's right there. So, message Vio in the Discord server. Do you want to just make maybe a post or something in maybe like the challenge chat or something?
Yeah.
So, in order to join the challenges, you need to react with the checkered flag emoji in the self rolls on the challenge things. That'll give you access to the challenge channels if you want to do that.
This is the challenge announcements.
Yep. So here's Vio. Message them if you want to do stickers. So little stuff like this.
Be very simple. distribute. Thank you, Mitsubi.
Yeah.
You're always so active.
So yeah, and then number 2 is we started having game nights. We played
Distribute. Thank you, Mitsubi.
Yeah.
You're always so active.
So yeah, and then number 2 is we started having game nights. We played Gartic Phone the other night. It was really funny. So I don't know what nights they're on. We haven't decided yet, but when we do decide, I think it was Wednesday night that we did it last time. When we do decide, we'll let people know so they can show up sometimes for game night.
Yes, so
really
challenges will start on week 1 of August, around week 1. And VO is looking for decorations, like doodles to decorate the challenge board, whatever it is. We'll show you guys later. And then these will have monthly and weekly challenges. So that's basically the announcements for challenges. And yes, Colton just mentioned game night.
Yep.
So
that's all the announcements, basically.
Yep.
I feel like Isabel.
Yeah. Isabel? For what?
For Animal Crossing, saying announcements.
Oh, yeah, I know. Okay.
All right, Mitsubi. And Artsy. Yeah, go ahead and message VO. Or you could probably...
You could just add them. You don't have to DM.
In the, the challenge chat if you want.
Challenge chat, I think, is better to do that. And just tag her, tag VO if you can. So, yeah, let's get started with anime body types. I'm only going to be doing body types for now unless I decide to go off track. So no faces today, just body types. And let's go ahead and get started. So, what should I start with today?
You could start with normal, just proportions.
I will do proportions first.
Body types are based off of proportions a lot.
Yeah, I'm always going to be covering proportions all the time anyways. Proportions, muscle mass, maybe. I'm not going to cover anatomy in depth. Muscle mass. And maybe I'll just maybe do some curvy body types. Maybe I'll do that later. I think I'll just do these 2 for now so we're on topic. So we don't, I don't go on a whole rabbit trail. Okay. Y'all take notes. Actually, you guys don't have to take notes. It's totally up to you if you just want to draw along, you just want to chill. Do whatever you want. So, I'm going to wash dishes and watch live exactly. I can't hear because my little brothers put some headphones. Wash dishes and watch live exactly. I can't hear because my little brothers put some headphones on, maybe? But that really sucks. I'm sorry. So let's cover a little bit on proportions. I'm kind of going to go through this kind of quick because it does take a while to talk about. But basically, if you want to start with proportions, I would say start with a line. Doesn't matter however long line, they start with a line. Doesn't matter however long line you make. It can be really long, it can be kind of short. It all just matters on the ratios. So then what you're going to do, I'm just going to copy paste this because it's easier. And I can actually do this in a more streamlined way. Let's make sure that's on the same layer. You're going to divide that in half. Let me see if this is half. Is this half?
That's about right.
Okay.
Maybe a little bit higher.
Because I'm at an angle, so it's
hard
kind
to
of hard to
measure
when I'm
at an
looking.
angle.
Yeah, I'll just say it's about here. So halfway is the pelvis. It's about here. So halfway is the pelvis. This is where or the pubic bone, sorry. The end of the pelvis or the pubic bone.
The bottom of the pelvis, we could say.
Yeah, bottom of the pelvis. Then you're going to divide this bottom part in half. And this is your kneecaps. This is where your kneecaps go. So you're kind of like dividing in fourths and eighths. And then I think a very simple way to do the upper body is to divide this in thirds. So 1.
You can probably look from here.
Yeah, that's a really good point. 1 and 2. So 1, 2, and 3. Right? Upper body can be divided into 3 equal parts. So this is where the head divided into 3 equal parts. So this is where the head and the neck will go. Thank you. Thank you. The way through.
You want your latte?
Yes. Oh, it's okay, Arrow. No worries. And thank you for gifting and thank you for following. Sorry, I'm also looking at my drawing and it's hard for me to look at chat. So unfortunately, if I miss any of these donations, I apologize in advance. Not sure if it's my connection or not, but it keeps buffering. It's good connection for us here. Maybe it's your connection. I'm not sure. It could, well, I know that Shannon is also saying it's laggy a bit. Hopefully it's not laggy for someone else. Wi-Fi issues. A lot of people are saying it's laggy, but TikTok says we have good connection. I wonder if I should wait. Okay. Well, either way, this is going to be on the VOD, and they'll be a lot smoother. So.
Oh, yeah.
What's up? Oh, yeah, VODs.
Third announcement. There was a third announcement. So the third announcement is that I added the link to our VOD channel to our link on in our bio. So if you scroll to the bottom, there is a purple button, and that will be our VODs channel. So if anybody in the chat in the future asks about if this is going to be uploaded and recorded, you can tell them there is a purple button in the link in our bio. So you can go follow there. And I am up to date on all of our VODs. Yeah, our internet was being bad, and TikTok takes a really long time to process VODs. And if the internet shuts off at all, it completely restarts it. And sometimes it'll take like 4 or 5 hours to process.
It's just because our lives are kind of long sometimes. So that's why it takes a while.
And our internet here sucks, and it goes off all the time.
It really does. So
apologies.
Yeah. So, proportions. The upper body can be divided into 3 boxes. You can see that I've basically done 3 boxes right here. The second box is basically the rib cage. Aren't I? Yeah, I am. I'm kind of fitting everything in a very small screen. I'll go over more of this stuff as I draw more bodies. So you'll see a bigger version of this later. So second box basically fits the rib cage. Then third box down, halfway down, is the start of the pelvis. Your phone almost died. That sucks. Thank you for the roses, soul. So this is where the pelvis is going to be, and the end of the third box is where the pubic bone is. Head is up here. Neck is here.
Sorry if that's loud.
Sorry about that. And there we go. That's basically your upper body. So we're just going to repeat that. Third box, halfway down. Pubic bone. Here's the kneecaps. Here's the arms. The arms, basically, you can swing out. Let me just erase this. You can swing out from the pubic bone outward and swing from the belly button outward. Usually the elbow ends around the end of the rib cage. Mm-hmm. And then the starts out from when you swing out from the pubic bone. And then basically the hand always, most of the time, lands. Most of the time. Oh, sorry, I shouldn't say always, most of the time. I'd correct. Most of the time it ends around the beginning. Yep. About this point. Some people have longer arms. That's why I said most of the time. Instead of always, I switched it really quick. But
thank you for the roses, soul.
And just make sure you make it symmetrical on the other side. And by the way, for people who want a more physical version of this, we have this in our books. So for everyone who's new here, we have 2 books. We have a How to Draw Manga Basics book called Anime Manga. This covers the basics of how to draw anime, as well as, butts, arms, anatomy, like this stuff, and also covers proportion.
Yeah. Legs, upper torso, there's anatomy. Here's proportional measurements. Let me find this. Where the heck? Oh, here it is. So yeah, this is in our book as well. So all these measurements and everything, they're in both of our. And all of these step-by-step breakdowns are here. This is basically just a proportional system that's based on the 8-head figure that most professional artists use. We learned it in figure drawing classes ourselves, and then we basically translated it into like anime style and teach that.
Yes.
Learning anatomy and figure drawing. It's usually a proportional method that they teach. Yep. It's nothing that we invented or anything.
Mm-hmm. So this is essentially what I use to draw these. Earlier.
There's a link in our bio that you can check them out. This is book number 1 that we just showed, this one. And then there's book volume 2, which goes over character design. So what were you saying?
Oh, I basically use this method to draw these bodies here.
Yep. So these bodies right here, it's a very versatile method. It gives you a good starting point to adjust body types and stuff. So, yeah.
So,
Moldy just says, speaking of the book, it's been very helpful. That's great.
Yay!
I like it. But okay. Yes, proportional, that's the proportional system. And the reason that the proportional system gets taught before the body types is because this is what they're all based on. So you can, if you learn the proportional system, you can use that, and then you can modify it based on the height of your character.
Yeah, and this is just a base. So you can, if you have a shorter character, you know, the proportions will still mostly be the same, but maybe you'll make the head a little bit bigger. But overall, proportion of the rib cage and the pelvis should relatively stay pretty similar to just like a normal body. And we'll go through like more body types in a little bit. But let's talk a little bit about muscle mass. Oh no, your screen froze. That sucks. Good. Go ahead and do it, Alexia. So you'll notice that in this reference, these men have different types of muscle structure. I mean, all the muscles are the same, but you'll see that like there's, yeah, muscle mass. You'll see that there's someone who's very lean with not as much muscle, someone who is quite lean who has a lot more muscle, and someone who has like, you know, has probably worked out a lot more. So you'll notice that there's like a lot bulkier of muscles on this one. You'll notice that there's a lot more of a thicker torso. So you'll notice that actually the rib cage doesn't really change that much in size. A lot of people, when they draw different like muscles and stuff, they think the rib cage is about this big. But it's not.
Bean system help? The bean is just a way to kind of figure out the volumes of the torso, upper body going in space. And like it helps, it's great. It doesn't really have to do with body type so much. It has more to do with like the bend and stretch on one side, and it helps you keep track of like volume in 3D space. So it helps, it's great. It's not really a body type thing.
It's like a way to simplify the torso.
Like it can imply body types.
So you notice that all these three rib cages are basically but the only difference is that the muscle and fat percentage, but mostly muscle for this one, is actually protruding outside of the rib cage. So make sure that when you are drawing the body types and stuff, that you're keeping the rib cages fairly, you know, smaller than the muscle structure, because so if you notice that your body suddenly looks like way too when you wanted someone who's very lean, that's kind of what happens. So yeah.
For beginners, is it okay to use reference for drawing bodies? You should always use reference,
yeah,
even if you're a beginner or not a beginner. Yeah.
So let's do some lean body type drawings.
Nope, Kai just started.
Yeah, so you're just in time. So one way that I really like to figure out figures is actually start with 2 boxes. So I'm kind of using that 3 box, like I'm dividing the upper body into 3 boxes, but instead I'm using 2. And the reason why is because I use, you know, the rib cage, and once I find that, I can find the head. And at this point, I can also find my gesture.
So the reason is because torso is going to be 2 boxes, but anime heads vary in size a lot.
Most of the time, it's going to be a lot bigger than like
anime
a regular.
Heads tend to be bigger than normal heads. So a good way to do it is to find one for the rib cage and the pelvis, and then put the head up here a little bit. So you can make it like really big, and that would be like a kid.
Yeah, that would be a kid.
That would be like an anime kid.
Yeah, and we'll do kids in a little bit. Hey.
Nope,
hey, Kayla.
Not late, Kayla. Just started a little bit ago.
Always nice to have you here.
Yep.
And every time I see Kayla, I think of like our OC Naomi for some reason. Although they're probably nothing alike in terms of personality, but oh no, oh well.
Kayla, didn't you draw Naomi?
Yeah.
I saved it.
I saved it too. So now, once we have that, we're, you know, continuing to think about the proportional system. So this upper body is kind of a little bit bent, but you can kind of straighten it in your head so that you got the correct measurements for the rest of the body. So I would say the legs kind of end about here.
Are you self-taught? No, neither of us are. We have taken many, many classes.
So at this point, one of the reasons why I love using this method as well is because I can also pose the character without that much stress. I love actually using lines just to like little guidelines and tick marks to draw the body first rather than, you know, overwhelming myself with a bunch of cylinders and boxes. I'm making everything really flat right now.
Hi, Ellie.
Hi, Ellie.
What's your favorite anime? I don't have a favorite one.
I don't have a favorite one either. There's just like, if it's a good story, I'll like it. So here's the arms, hands end about the thighs. And once you memorize this, it becomes a lot easier to draw the body, you know, from the, you know, basically from the ground up. So hello, or Luna's, you asked earlier how to draw a full male body. This is it.
Any tips for drawing without references? My advice would be don't. If you are worried about being able to draw without references, it probably means that you don't know well enough to draw without references yet. So
what
the
I'm
body's
doing,
a really, really complicated thing, right? There's so many muscles, bones, things move in different ways. Unless you've memorized a lot of the components by drawing them over and over and over and over and over and over, you shouldn't really be drawing without references, probably.
I always have a reference, especially if it's a pose that I don't know, and if it's also because, it's the reference is going to make your art better.
Circles and lines work as well. I'm not sure what that means exactly, Sol. Have you ever watched Fruits Basket?
I
have
never
not.
watched
But
Fruits
when I was a
Basket.
kid, I got one of the manga volumes of Fruits Basket, and I had no idea what it was. I didn't know what anime or manga was at that point. I was like, this is so cool.
Yeah.
I think it was like volume 3 or 4. I didn't even get the first one.
So maybe I'll cover androgynous body types. Basically, if you're going to be drawing an androgynous man, it's going to look more like a leaner guy with not much muscle and a lot thinner. For a girl, you're going to have to make her a little bit more muscular, androgynous look, like more masculine look.
I honestly need help with... is it hard to go from drawing on paper to iPad? It's a little bit jarring, but it's not too bad. iPad's pretty... You're going to notice it's a lot more...
That's why we have a the screen cover or screen protector. So
I honestly need help with face or anime because I start eyes then the face, but it always looks proportional. Faces and heads are going to be in a different stream.
yeah.
You can also check out some of our past VODs. Let me rephrase. Can you still use circles and just lines instead of body? Yeah, you can use whatever method you want.
Yeah.
Proportion is just like a ratio, right?
Yeah.
So you can have proportional circles, proportional boxes, proportional lines. So people break the body down in a lot of different, kind of up to how you want to do it. But as long as you know the proportional measurements, you can pretty much put any forms in them that you want.
Yeah, I actually start flat and then I put forms on top later. Like this box, this pelvis here, I basically simplify that into a box at this point.
Yeah. Kai, yes.
What is it?
Full female body.
Yeah. So here is the...
Someone says, it's okay, my favorite one is probably Sakura Card Captor from 1998.
Oh my...
You know, my picks for favorites
That's one of my
well.
picks for favorites as well. I love that show.
Nailing is so cute. Tomoyo is so cute. I just love this show, honestly.
I love this show. I introduced him to it. He never saw it, and then I'm like, you have to watch this with me.
Christina made me watch it.
Yeah.
I loved it.
Yep.
The outfits, all of the different
All the outfits are so
well
craftily designed, yeah.
The colors. I love the
themes.
part.
Yeah. So you'll
I'm
notice
glad you
that,
said
okay.
that.
Oh, sorry.
Oh,
No, you're good. So you know
because she knows anatomy, 12. Sorry.
Yes. No, it's okay. Don't worry.
Talk.
There's certain landmarks or that I keep in mind of when I'm just drawing a very simple body like this. I keep in mind of the deltoid, which is a shoulder muscle. It's kind of shaped like this. I'm not going to go into anatomy, but I kind of want to go into a little bit. Here are the pecs, and the pecs are kind of boxy. They kind of look like a little goldfish. I mean, they look like a sunfish to me for some reason. Like, looks like that to me. Or a whoopee cushion.
Yeah, I like to say they look like a whoopee.
It's like a front side and an underside like that. So you'll notice that in here, there's like this kind of, the more muscular the person is, the more like rounded it's going to look. So you'll notice that this one doesn't have very much muscle at all, but you'll still see it just a tiny bit.
So when muscles get bigger,
hey, Lika.
it's only like pretty much the middle part-ish that gets bigger, right? So the muscle will connect to a bone and it'll be like this, right? And this is the muscle in the middle. And this is like, what is that, tendon?
Tendons, yeah, I believe.
On the sides. When a muscle gets bigger, it gets like this. So the middle part is really the only one that gets bigger, or the only part that gets bigger. So you'll notice that between these two body types, the middle parts of the muscle, like this, get big. The parts by the bones, like the acromion process right here, so this guy's trapezius right here, and then his deltoid is smoother, and this one's is rounded, and then this is rounded. How muscles get bigger.
Oh, that's fun. Kayla said, my cousin just joined the live because she's curious. Well, Kayla's cousin, welcome.
So Cardcaptor Sakura mentioned, yes. I love that show.
It's so good.
We're actually watching through it a second time.
Yeah, we have to catch up to it.
I think Mailing just showed up again.
Yeah. So you'll notice that earlier, my leg is a little bit too far out. I'm actually changing the leg so it's coming inward. It's okay to change, guys. It's okay to fix it. So I'm going to fix it right here, and there we go.
I think Shannon asked earlier about drawing Wolverine or Deadpool. It's totally up to you.
I don't know. I guess Wolverine.
A lot of people like drawing Deadpool.
Yeah, we'll do Wolverine because, gotta be different, right? I'm kidding. So here's the kneecaps.
Let's see what else. Is there a video or VOD about poses? I don't remember.
I don't think yet.
I don't think
not yet. In fact, maybe I'll go through a little bit of poses today, but I'll write it down.
Long time. How long did it take you to draw bodies good?
Long time. In fact, I still don't think I'm very good at drawing bodies. I feel like very primitive in some ways. You know what I mean?
Just figured out how to draw hands. Thank you for your tut the other day. You're welcome.
Oh, yay. I'm so glad you found it helpful. Okay, so there's the lean body type. I mostly simplify the legs into kind of like chicken legs, but like a very lean chicken leg. So a lot of the time when you're drawing male legs, especially leaner legs, you'll see a little bit of thickness on the top and a little bit of thickness around the calves, and then everything else is just very smooth. So not much muscle. Hey, Have Faith. Oh, Melly Boos. I'm Kayla's cousin. I'm very curious about what's going on. I'm not an artist, though. That's okay. We're just I'm doing some little art lessons right here. Doing how to change body types and stuff. So there's the male body. And in fact, what we might even just do to make things a lot easier is to copy paste. So I'm going to actually make this mannequin a more leaner version, like a more bulkier version. So I'm going to basically use the same one here and just do that. I'm just going to duplicate this again, just in case if I lose it. BRB, no problem. Could you show how to draw curvy female figure? Yes, I will do those right after I do this male figure right here. So I'm going to just do a bulkier male figure, and then we'll move on to females because I can't spend too long on this or else we're just going to be here forever.
Grinding again.
We're grinding again. So, as Colton mentioned before, there's going to be certain areas of muscle where it's going to be really bulky. So, typically when people get bulkier, I heard that the body has to be 2 heads long. What?
I don't even know what that
I don't know what that is. Because it's not 2 heads long.
The body, they probably mean like torso or something.
Oh, they probably mean the torso.
Or torso, maybe.
I just use the box version because it's easier because heads change all the time. So, but if that works for you, totally fine. So you'll notice that for this bulkier guy, I'm going to actually thicken the neck a lot more. He's going to have a very feminine face for a very bulky body. So I'm going to thicken the neck a lot more. And automatically you can start seeing that he starts looking bulkier. And the reason is because all the neck muscles are bulging out now. So this includes the trapezius, which is the part of the back muscle, as well as the sternocleidomastoid, which is this neck muscle right here. This gets really bulged out. You'll notice that it's quite round just before the clavicle. It bulks out a lot more. Deltoid also enlarges.
I wonder how you draw someone with their arms up. If you're drawing someone with their arms up, just make sure that you are considering the fact that the shoulder moves. So the clavicle and scapula are connected to each other. And when you raise your arms up, the joint, the place that your arm is coming from moves upwards a little bit. That's what most people have trouble with when they're drawing people with their arms up.
I'm literally bulking this boy up.
Like, seriously, like, look at your shoulder and lift your arm up. You'll notice that your whole shoulder moves upwards. It's like floating. It's because your clavicle, which is your collarbone, and your scapula, which are the 2 triangular bones on your upper back, are connected together.
So someone asked, is the top of the arm like this and the forearm usually the same length, or are they different? They're usually the same, and sometimes I heard that the forearm is actually a little bit shorter.
So I heard a really cool thing recently about that. If you're drawing the upper arm and the bottom arm, you can simplify it like this, right? And here's the hand. So this one, the upper arm would usually not overlap the bottom part of the arm. So if you were to reverse that and do this, it's going to look a lot more strange.
Tira's here. Hi, Tira. Oh, okay.
It's going to look, and it just has to do with the way that the muscles are, right?
Ah, okay. Never thought about that.
So like that. And the upper arm you can simplify into a box. The lower arm, half of it is a cylinder and half of it is a box.
Nice. I always like seeing that. So
how did you learn where the different muscles are located? Lots of figure drawing and anatomy classes.
Yeah.
You've taken probably 10.
Yeah.
Not only that, but like studying from anatomy books. There's a bunch of good anatomy books out there, like Morpho, Michael Hampton's book.
So you notice that compared to the other guy, this guy's arms are way more bulky. I don't know where that is.
So I would recommend a couple of different books. Here's this one.
Here's the obliques. Here's the rib cage. The rib cage, or the muscles on the rib cage will kind of also expand, like the latissimus dorsi or the lats, and then you'll see a little bit of the serratus anterior, which are like a little avocado slices.
So anatomy, right? There's a good book out there called Morpho. This is a really good book.
Hey, Jamie.
By a French guy, Michael Lauricella. It's a pretty thick book, and it goes all over different kinds of anatomy. Let me find a picture with no naked people on it. Okay, here we go. So, right, lots of anatomy. I would get a book like this and just draw all of the pictures in it in your sketchbook from observation and read the muscles, right? Like, here's the tricep, bicep. These are some of your lower
like the
arm
flexors.
muscles. Yeah, flexors and stuff.
By the pinky.
And it really breaks down. Oops, I might not have been in frame. It really breaks down how stuff works, right? Arm muscles like this. So if you want to learn anatomy, like anatomical muscles and bones, buy an anatomy book and just draw them from observation a whole bunch of times. Just go through the whole book. There's also other books out there. This one is not an art book. It's for bodybuilders, but it's drawn by an artist. Every single image in the entire book is drawn, and all the muscles are named. So again, if you want to learn anatomy, get something like this. Draw them from observation.
Thank you for the Rose's Misery.
Like this, right? You got the traps and the deltoids, and they're really detailed. Latissimus dorsi, all those kind of things.
Oh,
coming out.
Bundy Martinez became the number 31 member on the team.
Oh, wow.
Thank you.
Congrats. Thank you. And then number 3, there's a third book. This is by Michael Hampton, figure drawing. This is more on figure drawing. It's a little bit less of a technical, anatomical book. But basically, it teaches figure drawing. So, there's the planes of the head. Here's the muscles of the face and neck. Stuff like that. So everybody who's asking about how do you learn anatomy, buy books like this and draw them. Draw the images.
Someone has that book. That's
so this
fun.
one's a lot more simplified than the others, you can tell. It's more groups the muscles into simple masses. This guy actually runs classes online all the time. His name's Michael Hampton. He runs classes on Brainstorm. I think if you look up Brainstorm School, he actually has a class that's starting soon. A live class online live on Zoom.
I think bulkier arms are hard to draw with the body and make it look good because composition-wise, I did not really think this pose through. So men, I don't think they actually have hip dips, but it's for women they will have hip dips because they have like the pelvis as well as the trochanter or the femur coming out. So that's what creates a hip dip. I will cover females after this demo just so that, we can move on a little bit faster.
Why don't you talk about the arm simplification that we learned?
Okay. So just the boxes and stuff?
With a box and...
So the arm...
So the upper arm.
The upper arm.
The upper arm is... I can
You can do it.
really
You can
quick.
do it.
I was the one who watched the
tutorial. You're the one who
tutorial.
watched the tutorial, yeah.
The upper arm is thinner from the front and thicker from the side. So notice if you look at someone from the front, their upper arm is thinner, and if you move to their side, it'll be thicker, which means like this box right here, thinner on the front, thicker on the side, wider. So it's not a perfect rectangle. That's because you have your bicep and you have the brachialis underneath, and then you have your tricep on the back and stuff. Now the bottom arm is going to be a cylinder.
Yes, we do have Udemy courses, by the way, Misery. They said our voice sounds familiar.
Yep.
Yeah, we make Udemy courses, so you probably took some of mine.
Yeah. So the bottom arm is going to be a cylinder up top, and then it's going to turn into a box by the wrist. So that's one way that you can think about it. So this top one right here, box, box, and then you can simplify that into like a little prism right there. So a lot of people have trouble with the arms. We'll probably actually make a tutorial on this on our TikTok.
Yeah. Oh, you just finished the Chibi course. That's so cool.
That's great. Christina's actually in the middle of making
a new one.
A new Chibi course that's covers a lot of different like body types of chibis and facial expressions and stuff.
Yeah. It's going to be fun.
But awesome.
So here, this is where muscles get a lot more bulked out. You don't really see that much hip dips on men, especially for bulkier men because they don't have as much like fat mass. So usually it's created, I believe the hip dips are created by the fat pads on the hips especially for women because we have a lot more fat pads there. So that's usually what creates the hip dips. But if it's a more overweight man, you probably might see it. It's kind of hard to see though.
Yeah. Men tend to gain weight in their bellies.
Yeah.
The hip dips. Well, the hip bump is caused by the great trochanter.
Yeah.
I don't know what you mean by dip. Like the part
Like
that
it's
goes
like this, like that.
No, I know.
Oh.
Yeah, this is the pelvis, and this is the great trochanter.
Yeah, and this is where the pelvis is.
Yeah.
So it depends on the body type as well.
That's kind of the like the oblique sitting on top of the pelvis.
Yeah, something like that. You'll notice that a lot for a lot of men, the lower leg does not look as bulky as the top part of the leg. So it'll look more like a chicken leg. Sorry. It'll look more like a chicken leg. Yeah. It's okay. It's okay. I was coughing to the mic.
Brush settings. You can get the brush for free. There's a download in our link on our profile. Also, someone asked about the upload. Do these get uploaded? Yes, we have a VOD channel. You can also find that on the link on our profile. It's going to be the purple button at the bottom. That is a link to our VOD channel. How many videos do we have up on it now? Like 6, 7?
6 or 7, something like that. Seems like it. Okay, so then we got the bulkier guy. Notice that most of the muscles are a lot more enlarged. We have the overall torso shape kind of looking like a triangular box up here, and that's what creates that triangular shape, wider on the top of the torso, and then a lot thinner on the lower part of the torso.
Welcome everybody who's new, by the way. Yes, we do have a VOD channel. You can find it in the link on our profile, and all of these get uploaded. How long have you guys been drawing? Whole lives. Christina's been working professionally since 2019. I've been working professionally since 2016.
There. And I'll merge these.
Welcome. Hello, Monica.
Hey, Monica.
New.
Okay. Gonna merge this.
We also have a Discord server, by the way. We hang out. We just announced challenges, like weekly and monthly challenges that are going to be starting in August. Pretty active server, really chill, very friendly. So you can find that in the link on our profile.
Duplicate. So I'm going to do these two real quick just to show like some comparison. This is a curvier body type. This is a thinner body type, and we'll draw both.
Is it possible to draw a guy with wider hips and make it look nice and anatomically correct?
I don't know.
Well, I mean,
maybe.
You probably could. Like, you can really bend and stretch proportions a lot. It's a very, very versatile thing. What's being taught today is just like the basic starting point.
Yeah. And you can change it however you want. If it looks good, I think that's all that matters.
Yeah, like,
you know?
Here's a bunch of different, like, body types in our book that are very stretched and very pushed. You can do a lot with it. I mean, think about, like, Disney movies, right? Like, think of Mr. Incredible. And generally, though, you're not going to find very many designers that make the male hips really wide. Their body shapes are generally going to be like...
Hi, Adam.
Their body shapes are generally going to be like that.
Or some variation of that.
For like a Disney movie or something, for like a really big muscular...
I have definitely seen like designs where the guy looks like this.
Oh yeah.
But
it's fat.
It's more like they're overweight.
Yeah, it's not
so
their
it's not
their
curvy.
pelvis, it's their, fat content in their body Like they'll almost be like a drop shape.
Like Wally.
They'll be like this, and then they'll have like a big belt. That would be getting into like character design.
That's cute. I like that. It's cute.
What book are you using again? The book that I just showed, that's our book. You can find it in the link on our profile. It's a character design book that's focused on like anime. So, yeah.
So what is anime bodies different is anime bodies very different from realism? Actually, not that much.
Not really. It's
not
usually
really.
just the head and face
Thank
style.
you for the hand
Oh, thank
hearts.
you. I don't know who sent that. Where was that?
Down there. Right.
Oh, there it is.
Dara's art.
Dara's art.
I've seen a lot of people draw guys with thinner waist, and it gives off that impression. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Again, you can choose to draw the bodies however you want. This is just generally what a lot of people do.
Yeah.
Where can I buy the book? There is a link on our profile, or you can find it on Amazon. Anime Academy, How to Draw Characters is what it's called. That would be book volume 2 with the girl with the ponytail on the cover. What canvas size do you normally use? 5,000 by 6,000 pixels she's drawing on. Who's talking with you? Husband and wife. We're married. We're both artists, and we run these streams together. Panic? Yes, I'm a professional artist as well.
So I'm going to copy paste this so we can see a comparison. So these two will probably have the similar size rib cage. Once again, the reason why there's a lot of bulk is because of where different women have, more where they get more fat. So it really doesn't matter the size of the rib cage. It's all going to be the same. The only difference that you're going to see change is like the bust, the waist, and the hips. So you'll notice that for curvier women, their breasts will be a lot bigger, or chest lumps, I should say. Should I say chest lumps? Maybe I'll just say. I don't really care. I don't really care. Their neck gets a lot thicker as well. But remember, the base, like the skeletal base, is going to be the same.
Usually she does, Kai. Someone says, so you can mess with the proportions as much as you like as long as the muscles keep their forms. There's some character designers out there for like animation. If you look at their artwork, you'll see just how far you can actually push stuff. So Wouter Tulp is one. You can look up his Instagram.
His stuff is really
good.
Wouter,
let me write neater. Wouter Tulp. You should look at his character design stuff. He really pushes stuff like crazy. So it's kind of up to the artist. Are military vehicles hard to draw? They're actually kind of easier to draw because they're usually more blocky. I would say sports cars are probably the hardest vehicle to draw.
Because they're very...
But you have to understand that military vehicles don't follow civilian regulations, so they usually have really weird proportions. Like, they'll be super wide or really tall. They don't have to adhere to, like, auto manufacturers' rules. So you can have, like, 4 people sitting across from each other in, like, a Humvee and stuff. So just be aware.
Notice that the hip dips are a lot more intense with the curvier women, because there's like a lot more fat area in the waist or in the obliques, and then it stops right around the pelvis, and then the legs come out as well. So be sure that to keep that in mind, and there will generally not be a thigh gap here.
Also, they don't have to follow regulations on fuel. Yeah, that doesn't really change the physical form of the vehicle for an artist that much, I don't think. But for sure, they don't have to follow regulations and stuff.
Arms will be bigger as well.
What would you say is the hardest part of the human anatomy to draw?
Honestly, I'd say the back.
Yeah,
back for me is
for a lot of people is the back.
Back and the arm, like forearms, I would say. So there's a curvier body type. You'll notice that I really enhanced the hourglass shape. In fact, curvier women have a more prominent hourglass shape, especially if they have like a bra on, because it kind of holds the shape in. For thinner body types, you're going to see a little bit more of like a rectangular shape. But once again, every body type is different, so you can do what you want. But basically, all the proportions are going to be the same. this is the same for the guys as well. The only difference for the female that I would say is start with an hourglass shape right from the get-go for the rib cage and the pelvis. So rib cage is going to be smaller, hips are going to be wider. But for guys, it's the opposite. It's more straight. So guys is more like straight with the rib cage going down, and the pelvis is basically the same width as the rib cage.
Generally speaking.
Generally speaking. So.
Let's see. Sorry, what app do you use to drop? It's Procreate, Jen. What did you say? No, I love your body channel. It's been so helpful. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, we have a lot of really good TikToks up, so go hit the follow button and go through our videos. There's tips on hands, hair, curly hair, a lot of stuff, clothing. And then all these are uploaded as VODs, by the way, on our YouTube channel. So there's a link on our profile, and at the very bottom, there's going to be a purple button, and it's going to say something like our VODs channel. So all these get uploaded afterwards.
So you notice that for the very lean woman, there's not going to be that much muscle mass, but 2, it's going to stick closer to the original skeletal base that I have here, because once again, there's not much fat content, there's not much muscle either, so it's going to be sticking a lot closer to the skeleton.
Yeah,
but,
Sonia definitely. That's actually how she tends to simplify them as well.
Wait, what happened?
Upside down heart.
Yeah, that's cute. I like that.
The upside down heart here.
Yeah, that actually makes a lot of sense. I should do that more often.
I thought you did.
Did I?
Yeah.
Well, I go like this.
Do you use Pinterest? If so, do you have boards where we can look at references? None of our boards are public, but it's very easy to find stuff on Pinterest based on your interests. Just type them in. Pinterest. Oh, I didn't realize the word Pinterest was in
Really?
Pinterest.
You didn't notice that? That's funny. So you'll see that it still looks very feminine, but it's a lot leaner this time. And typically, the straighter the female body is and the less like curvy it is, the more androgynous it's going to look. So this I would consider like kind of more on the androgynous side, because it's like there's not a lot of like the breast poking out, there's not a lot of the curves poking out, it's more straight. So if you want a more androgynous looking skinny girl, this body type is good for you.
Fish, that's actually 2 books or a couple of books. We have them right here.
Yes, Taco Anatomy. I love that one.
So what Fish is talking about is a book like this, Taco Anatomy. And, well, this isn't the anatomy one. This is just like an anime one. But basically...
How's all these tips?
It's really good. In fact,
use that a lot.
You can see...
how many references I used for it.
We learned from a lot of different places.
So androgynous just means like it's more leaning towards masculine or feminine. So like if it's an androgynous girl... that means it's a girl, but their appearance leans more towards the male, a more masculine side.
Here it is.
Masculine or feminine leaning, it's kind of like ambiguous in a way.
Yeah, so this is the one, Anatomy. This is probably the one they're referring to. So I'm sure a lot of people take pictures of this book and upload it on Pinterest and stuff, but this is the actual book. You can see. So, yeah, lots of stuff. There's my bookmarker.
Oh, they also have an Instagram account. Interesting. Do you have videos on how to draw muscles for men? We do run an anime art school, which covers all the muscles for men as well.
Yeah, by the way, for anybody who's new, we do have an online school called Anime Art School. It has 7 different classes, including a full, 12-week?
14-week.
14-week?
No, sorry.
A full
No,
12-week
12.
anatomy class that covers proportion, muscles, everything in depth. It covers clothing, drawing, coloring, perspective, background. So if you want all of this in complete depth, go check out our school. You can find it on the link on our profile. It's the gold button, or you can just go to drawanimeacademy.com. So just our username.com. So for anybody who's interested and wants to learn this in depth, there you go.
So someone asked, how do you draw short men and short women? You can look at dwarves, but essentially their body types, well, the thing is, proportions for short people, it depends on how short. Like, if you're drawing like a dwarven type character.
Yeah, for like even with like a D&D campaign or something.
Even with with the D&D campaign.
It gets a lot into shape language.
Yeah.
There's so much variation between people and their proportions.
Like, you'll notice that everything's squished, but kind of like you can sort of see that the skeletal structure is still very similar. It still feels very balanced. Like, the hand still lands at the same at the same place, like the thighs. It's just everything gets just a little bit more like squished.
Nathkyo, it's 500. You can check out all the details on that page. It'll explain everything, all the classes, what you learn each week, examples. There's even like student before and afters, all kinds of stuff.
If you want to draw like kids, for example, which are like naturally just more petite and shorter, basically just start with the body, like just a normal body. I'm just going to draw a boy here. So I'm just drawing a regular torso with the same proportions. Like that and like that. Oh, I'm just kind of drawing this really quickly. But instead of drawing the head like this, I'm going to make the head a lot bigger.
Oh, there's a kid all of a sudden.
There's a kid all of a sudden.
Yeah, it's so funny. Like, you draw a body and it looks like an adult, and then you put a big head on it and it's like, oh, that's a kid.
But you can make it more childish if you make them a little bit chubbier. Like, you won't really see if it's a... So, kids have very round shoulders. They also have like very round torsos and stuff. Most of their curves or whatever, anatomical things do not appear until puberty. So you can make this very, very simple, no curves at all.
Yeah, kids are a little bit more, less curvy. Less curvy? They're less curvy generally, so you're not going to get like really thin waists. You're not going to get like
legs will look
thighs.
Yeah, legs will look pretty straight. Everything will look very straight.
Do I need to be good at composition and perspective to be able to draw environments? I would say you need to know the basics of perspective and be comfortable with it. But environments is mostly about like graphical design. So not super good, but you do need to know it. I teach, and I saw another one. Do you have any good recommendations for learning backgrounds? I teach backgrounds. So I did backgrounds for video games for years and went into teaching perspective and backgrounds in environment painting. So I do have a class on it in anime art school. Half of the class is basically a lighting and rendering class, and the other half is a painting environments and backgrounds class. So you can check that out.
So right now I'm drawing a shorter and a taller woman. And you can really just change whatever you want with this, but essentially to make someone look extra tall, usually you make them extra like lean. That makes them look very, very tall and very like almost like a model, right? That's what makes them look very tall. Is because the thinner they are and the longer they are, the taller they look.
So we got a question. Does anatomy change depending on the art style, or does it stay consistent throughout all styles? So anatomical muscles and stuff would stay the same. Like, I've never seen someone put a bicep on the bottom of a foot, but the shapes of them you can modify a lot. Like, some people may have sharper styles, some people may no, I don't think that there's anybody out there with different muscles on different parts of their bodies. Like, your abs are always going to be your abs, your bicep, your pecs are always going to be your pecs. But people will draw them with a little bit different shapes, and they'll draw them with different proportions. Yeah. So does that answer your question?
They stylize a little bit differently, but they're all the same.
Fish, you generally just make the legs longer, keep everything else pretty much the same. If you want to make the character with longer
legs?
Yeah, sorry, we got a whole lot of followers coming in. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you for following. This is a bigger stream than I thought it was going to be, to be honest.
Is there any cheaper free art schools online? I want to learn how to draw correctly. Generally, anywhere you're going to get professional education is going to cost you, because high-level pros don't work for free. They make a living off of it, and they have, bills to pay and all that kind of stuff. But there definitely are resources that are free. So it depends on what you're trying to learn exactly. All of these lives that we do are free, and the VODs are uploaded to YouTube.
So you notice that the shorter this person gets, the bigger the head starts getting. But you'll see that the proportions are always generally going to be the same.
No, Jay, I don't think it sounded dumb at all.
Wait, what?
I totally get what you mean, though. Like, people are going to modify the shapes of anatomical things a lot. I wanted to exaggerate in my example a little bit, just to be very clear. Like I was saying earlier, look this guy up. Look at his Instagram. Don't want to see that. Look at his Instagram. Look at like the differences in the bodies that he draws. They're extremely varied.
Okay, let's see what I should do next. Wow, we got a lot of people here now.
Yes, thank you, everybody.
Thank you for following. Dang,
Hi,
400.
Kay.
Yeah, Ellie, I know.
Art is expensive.
It
Yeah,
is.
art is expensive. You never figure out how to connect the neck to shoulders.
Okay, maybe we can try that.
Sorry, we got good drawing programs for PC that aren't super expensive. Krita, a lot of people like. It's free.
Yes.
Krita, Gabriella.
Krita, Medibang, Ibis Paint.
Sorry, we got a lot of new followers and stuff coming in, so I might miss questions. How about positions? I'm not sure what positions means.
You mean poses?
Like that you guys answer questions very clearly.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So the neck, so the way to attach the neck and the shoulders is to understand where the rib cage is. So the rib cage is tilted just a little bit. Looks like this. Looks like an egg.
I would just start again, honestly, if you really want to do it.
Yeah. No harm in just doing it again, right? Especially if you like it. And then the neck is going to be attaching to that hole, and then it's going to come up diagonally. So a lot of people, when they draw necks, they think it's straight, like this.
The FYP wave hit hard today. Yep.
Yeah,
TikTok
they sure
works in
did.
mysterious ways.
Yep.
After the neck tutorial, could you go through face composition for anime head versus women? This is more of a body type stream, so I'm not sure if she's going to cover faces today. I think you did faces in a previous live.
I think I did faces in a previous
We
live.
have a VOD channel as well.
So this is where the clavicle starts coming in. The clavicle is like a bicycle handle.
Thank you, everybody who's following.
Thank
New
you.
followers. Don't forget, we have a Discord server for free. Everybody hangs out and has a good time. You can find it on the link on our profile.
And essentially the clavicle kind of looks like this from the top view.
Rani Dovya. I don't know how to say her name exactly. A tutorial for hands. Our last stream was on hands. It was like 2 hours long. You can find it on our VOD channel. You can find that link on the link in our bio. And also we have a TikTok on hands as well. So you can look there.
So this is the clavicle in the front. It's kind of like a bicycle handle. They're kind of like bicycle handles, and they come back a little bit. And then the back side is where the clavicle attaches to the scapula. So the scapula is kind of like your, the triangle bone on the back of your arm that moves and floats. But we're not going to talk about that because that's just going to be way too long. So now at this point, you got the clavicle. Basically, your arm hinges from here. Mm-hmm. That's kind of like where your chromium process is, right? Or is that on the scapula?
Yeah. Well, your chromium process is basically where your scapula and your clavicle meet.
Oh, okay. So then this is where you add a little bit of anatomy. So
how often do you guys go live? Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and Saturday at 1:30 Pacific time. Can you zoom out and show the whole screen after you finish?
Yes.
Also, these are all posted in the Discord, by the way, in the live stream demos. Would you agree that the Discord turned into like a little family? I think it's like a little family. It's cute.
Yeah, it's like for me, it's like a nice little friend group family thingy.
Are you guys going to do game night again?
Yeah, we need to figure out what day of the week, or like if it's once a month thing or whatever, or twice a month thing. I'm not sure.
See how you draw different body types. Ava, that's kind of what she's doing during this stream, just over sort of a longer period of time. So you might not have been here to see it yet or long enough. How long did it take you guys to learn anatomy? I'd say we've probably taken like 10 anatomy classes so far. Don't know it very well though yet.
I still have a lot to learn. Like, in fact, I wouldn't say like I'm all that good at it. I would just say I know the very basics, and I just had to do that a bunch of times. So, in fact, there's like just so much to the human body that I don't know. That I should learn more about.
What's the Discord? There's a link on our profile. Or if you can't see the link, it is drawanimeacademy.com/TikTok. You should find the Discord invite on there.
Unusual join activity detected on our Draw Anime Academy Discord. Maybe it's because a lot of people are flooding in. Who knows? What brush are you using? Our brush is in the bio, or is in our profile.
The profile link, yeah.
Profile link. What's your favorite part when it comes to drawing? My favorite part? Honestly, I've been really liking the painting part. But that just comes with making sure that the drawing is good. let me think. I really like the planning part. Not so much the refining because refining takes a long time, but I do like that as well. I guess it just depends on the part that I'm on right now.
What is this? It says unusual join activity detected. Is that because just because there's a bunch of new people joining? It's probably fine.
It probably is fine. Are the links to the VODs also available in your profile? Yes, it is actually. We Colton just added the VOD channel link to that profile. So to the profile. What should I do to improve my anatomy? Draw a lot. Learn the proportions. I would say learn the proportions because the muscles are on top of the proportions, and if the proportions don't look as good, then your muscles won't look as good.
Yeah, it's kind of like a building. You have to build the foundation up. You have to build, you have to make sure the ground's level. You have to make sure the concrete's poured right, and then you start building all of the house on top of it. So it's a framework.
So,
why do some artists draw without lines, paint? Because they do it in their head.
Yeah.
They already need to learn anatomy only if you want to be able to draw anatomical things.
If you want to be able to draw characters and stuff and body types, I would say have a pretty good understanding of anatomy. You don't have to go super medical with it.
Do you have any YouTubers you recommend who taught you a lot or something? I don't really watch any YouTube art stuff.
Yeah, I don't either. I would say Modern Day James is pretty good.
I don't spend a lot of time on social media.
Yeah, me neither.
If Christine and I learn about art and anatomy, we usually take paid classes from like artists that run classes and stuff, figure drawing classes, stuff like that.
I would say a really good exercise to learn as well, especially if you're doing muscles and bodies, is drawing blobs like this. This helps a lot in making
Anybody
your body
asking about the brush? Look, blue sheet of paper up top.
I love that.
How should I start learning? It doesn't bother me when people ask a bunch about the brush, but it bothers some people who are regulars. I don't know. It doesn't. I don't really.
I don't think it really bothers me that much. People will look at our profile anyways.
Yes, it is free.
So when you do like wireframe exercises like this, it will really help with drawing other parts of the muscle. Like for instance,
R-E.
Oh, that's a good idea. So maybe that will make people look at it more. I'm kidding.
No.
I'm kidding. So then, when you're drawing the deltoid, like this muscle, this arm muscle here, then it starts out with a blob, and then you draw a wireframe around it. And then it becomes a lot easier to draw muscles on top. You're basically training yourself to think in three-dimensional forms.
Yes. How do you stick to... Do you have copies of your lives? That was the one. Faye, yes. There's a link on our profile, and at the bottom there's a purple button, and that is our VOD channel. All of our lives get uploaded on YouTube.
If you're going to draw abs... Also a blob with the center line in it.
I thought that was funny.
What?
Inflexuated. If you don't see the link, this is the link. Direct link to the link on our profile. DrawAnimeAcademy.com/TikTok. It is just our username.com/TikTok. Very easy to remember. Take a screenshot. That's where you can join the Discord server. That's where you can download the brush, find our VOD channel, find our books, find our anime art school, all that stuff. So there you go. Take a screenshot of it.
Doing blobs and adding the wireframe really helps with other muscles. So yeah, I would say to really understand the basic proportion or basic proportion, first off, you got to make sure you get that down right. Or at least, get a certain system down that you're comfortable with. So really, I would say this is number one that you should learn. Then understand volume.
Do you have books on animalistic features, or do you ever plan to? Probably not anytime soon. I got a raid alert on Discord.
A raid alert?
I think it's because we made our Discord a community server, and it automatically alerts because we were live. I'm sure all of our mods got a raid alert. I can't find the brushes. Maddie, it would be on that link that I just showed. Newest iPad. It is not the newest iPad. It's a couple years old.
Wow, thank you for all the follows.
Are animal anatomy very different from human anatomy? Not a lot.
Actually, not a lot. In fact, if I look at...
It's pretty similar. Most of the muscles are the same, just different sizes and in maybe a little bit different places.
If you do comparative anatomy drawing, you're going to...
If you want to learn about that, you would look up comparative anatomy. I think Terrell Whitlatch has a couple really good books on animal anatomy as well. How to get more confident in your lines. Draw a lot. Draw a lot. That's That's really it. Are y'all together because you have good chemistry? We have been married for 4 years, and thank you.
I like that.
Not personal at all.
Nah.
Let's see.
So think about volumes as well when you are doing bodies, because bodies, you can just basically simplify these into boxes or cylinders, whichever you prefer. Some people do cylinders, some people do boxes, it doesn't matter. As long as the proportions are good and you can see things in volumes, you are good to go, right? And this will help with drawing people in perspective, which I still need to work on. I need to draw people in more difficult angles because it's hard.
Could you guys do poses? We'll do poses on a different stream probably because it's kind of in depth. Oh, thank you for the heart me obsidian.
Oh, thank you.
Obsidian. Well, what's the Discord? There's a link on our profile. If you cannot see the Discord invite, you can also send us a direct message on TikTok and say, Discord link, please.
Of course, it's aw. I assumed it was the news because the screen protector. Oh, okay.
Yeah, we have a screen protector from like Pen Tips. I kind of like it.
Oh, thank you, Solarium. That's so sweet. By the way, do you want me to finish up the coffee? Maybe you can explain what fundamentals is.
There's people asking about that?
I have no
finish
idea.
Up the coffee. I forgot about it.
Oh, okay, sure.
Sorry, if we miss your comments, there's 336 people here, and a lot of people hit the follow button, and it all shows up at the same time. So if we don't answer your question, you can feel free to just type it again.
Yeah.
How do you draw like the upper leg connecting to the bottom of the leg? Because it always looks weird.
Okay. So you mean like the top of the leg like this, and then to the kneecap? Is that what you mean?
And I will be back.
Okay. So what I like to do is I like to think in thick and thin. Any tips on plus size body types? I'll probably get to that in a little bit. So I think of thick and thin, right? Because a lot of people, when they do legs, they go like this. Hopefully that this is what you're asking. Yes, I am live. The link is not working for me. Which link, Artie's Gaming?
The link in the bio.
Is it the link in the bio that it's not working for you? Discord is not working. Okay, someone who has figured out how to get the Discord working, please maybe help out and answer the question. I know that some people say you have to open it in another browser. Some people say you have to have Discord open. Some people say you have to press the 3 dots and say open on another browser. So yeah, all hail the buffalo wings. Okay, let me see here. What type of brush is that called that you're using? The brush is in our bio.
Try to let chat answer questions. And
yes.
Keep going with your lesson.
Okay. Yes, you're right. So the thing about legs is you do not want them to look symmetrical, like this, look lumpy, right? We don't want that. Even with curvy body types, you won't see this. You'll actually see more of like you'll see this like kind of asymmetricality to it. Did I miss much? Kind of, but you'll be able to see this on the VOD, so no worries.
Yeah, welcome back. By the way, chat, if you can answer people's common questions for us, it will allow us to do the lesson.
Yeah, thanks.
Not that you have to, it's just
easier.
It's really nice when we see people answering questions for us. We really appreciate it.
Yes. So you'll see that the curve of the legs are different. And as it gets to the kneecap, it gets a little bit thinner. So for the outside, I nearly poked my eye out. The outside of the leg is going to be smooth. It's going to be a smooth curve. The inside of this part of the leg is going to be a little bit bumpier, right? Same thing with the kneecap. It's going to be a little bit bumpier on the side and then smoother on the outside. Most of these curves are very smooth, and then this side is a little bit more complex. So this goes into simple and complex, which I don't know if we'll cover, but I would say it's pretty good for like plus size figures. So maybe we'll cover a little bit on that.
Okay, so I see a lot of this question. If you are new, pay attention. We have a VOD channel. All of these get recorded and put on our YouTube channel for free. We have like 5 or 6 videos up there already. You can find that in the link on our profile or go to Anime Academy VODs on YouTube. It's also in our Discord server in announcements, I believe. So just letting everybody know. We have a free Discord server that you can join. Yes, I think it's Anime Academy VODs, and then our main channel is Draw Anime Academy.
Yep.
What inspired you guys to draw?
Cardcaptor Sakura. Yeah, honestly, it really did.
Yeah, and the Discord server is really fun. It's super chill. People are nice, and we hang out and have fun and chat. And we also have game nights sometimes. Awesome, Sammy. Glad you're back. Glad you're here with us.
Yeah.
You guys are angels cry. Thank you, Shil.
Aw, thank you.
Okay, so I'm going to let Christina continue with her lesson.
Okay, hopefully I can do this right. So another thing about body types is understanding simple and complexity. So as you can see here, I just drew a bean shape. So basically, it means one curve will be simple, another side will be complex. And usually the body will have multiple versions of that. You'll notice that in the torso, like let's say if I drew a torso, like that's more like a chubbier torso, most of the complex lines will be in the pinch. So this is like pinch and stretch, right? This side is like the rib cage right here. There's going to be some fat pad around the abdominal area. And there's going to be a lot of squish in this pinch right here. And everybody has this, by the way, so it's not just like plus size body types. I have this all the time. It's just, how our skin works. So it's skin and stuff, but you're going to see it more prominently in other various body types. So when you see this makes your, oh, thank you. I got coffee.
Coffee time.
Brush is in our bio. It's free.
Mm-hmm. Yep, there's a blue sheet at the top that says what you need to know about the brush. We do have it pinned. It's right here on this blue sheet. But
this ain't an accessory, guys. This is actually you guys
I like
can look at it.
the physical cards.
I do too.
It's quirky now.
Yeah, it's quirky.
Can't join your Discord server, Einho. Someone in chat might be able to help you if you're having trouble.
So you notice that there's a lot of pinch and squish in here. There's a little bit of pinch as well right here. Everything will have some sort of simple and complex. You'll notice that I'm using a lot of curved lines and straight lines. What happened?
Blue says, I figured out how to download the brush and I'm obsessed with
Yay!
it. Yes, if you download this brush, you are probably going to get obsessed with it.
Yeah.
To let you know, it is pretty much the only brush that Christina uses to draw and paint on stream. So
this one.
Here's all of our characters. She did all of these characters with just this brush and nothing more.
Honestly, it's such a good brush. It's so versatile.
It's Miko. And it's Tira. And it's June. Did you do this one with that brush?
Yep.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And it's Miki, who lost a pillow fight.
Yeah.
And it's Naomi. So yes, line work, painting. I love this brush.
Yes. So I kind of just did an hourglass plus size. It kind of looks like this. But I think another way to actually start off is to immediately start thinking of the shape of the body. So you don't always have to start with proportions right off the bat. I would say even for it, once you get the proportions pretty good, then you can start thinking of like the outside silhouette of the body. So like if I'm drawing like a plus size woman that's more hourglass shape, I'm going to actually draw an hourglass shape that's a lot bigger.
Mm-hmm. Someone says, can you draw a chubby body that is not hourglass shape?
I don't. Yeah, you can actually. I can try. So generally, you'll see a lot of the upper arm is going to be a lot bigger and wider, and then the lower arm is going to be a little bit thinner.
And the elbow is going to be a little bit thinner.
Elbow is going to be a little bit thinner as well, yeah.
Like an apple-shaped body.
Yeah, like an apple-shaped body. The neck is going to be a lot thicker and rounder. So you notice that for plus-size body types, their neck and their shoulders is very smooth. And hence, I actually really like drawing these body types. They're very fun to draw. I wish I drew them more often. You'll see a pinch right here. Generally, plus-size body types will retain this hourglass shape if they have a bra and some pants on.
I just thought of a comic that we should make.
What?
It's the regulars in chat dealing with an endless horde of what brush.
That's funny. So you also see some pooling of like fat pads.
BRB, I'm going to change my name. Apple, are you going to change your name to Brush and Bio?
That's funny. You'll see also hip dips as well. So there's the hourglass plus size body type using a different method.
Awesome, Chorizo Cats. I actually started to make a website.
Oh, awesome.
They say maybe.
Maybe.
Do you have to sign into Google to download the brush? I do not believe so. It's just a download link. Has anybody downloaded the brush without being signed into Google? You can also get the brush, by the way, in our Discord server. It's in resource share. I just have the file in there.
Now, for people who want to do a plus size body type that's not hourglassy, you can do more like triangular shapes, like this, where most of the bulk is going to be maybe towards the bottom. Right, this is very exaggerated, by the way. But maybe you'll notice that most of the body is going to be shaped like a triangle, but you'll still can kind of tell that's more plus size. So still keep the arms, relatively pretty thick. Keep the breast pretty thick as well, like pretty voluptuous.
Kowalski's name, look.
What?
AA's brush in bio.
That's funny.
Yeah, I don't know why TikTok decided to send hundreds and hundreds of people to our stream today. We really appreciate it, everybody who's new.
Yes.
Don't forget to hit the follow button if you are new. I have to say this a lot today because there's so many new people here. So don't forget to hit the follow button if you're new. All of these VODs go up on our VOD channel on YouTube, Anime Academy VODs. So these are all recorded. Thank you, everybody, for the support.
Yes, thank you so much.
Monday, Wednesday, Friday at 1:30. Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and Saturday, 1:30 p.m. Pacific time is when we go live.
Guys, I'm so excited for tomorrow because it's Saturday. You know what that means?
Yep,
OC drawing day. Basically, I draw your characters, and we have a lot of fun. So, and I feel like for tomorrow, I kind of want it to last a bit longer. If you're fine with that,
Sure.
Like
you can go as long as you want.
I can go like for 4 hours, honestly, for that. So yeah, OC day, and then we ship characters, and stuff like that. So it's all very fun and it's very, very, very fun.
Yes. So show up tomorrow on Saturday because OC drawing day. People post their OCs in the Discord server in a special channel, and like a whole bunch of them get drawn by Christina, and we ship them as well.
Yeah. So if you have a really cool character, interesting character that you want to share, go ahead and share it. There's a chance that I won't draw all of them, but we will always look through all of them towards the end.
K, thank you for the 12 corn. We're eating good
Wow,
tonight.
we're eating good tonight. So another thing that you can do is more of a bean shape like this for a plus size body type.
1:30 to 2 Pacific time, Monica.
So you also notice that there's like certain shapes that plus size body types have. Like you'll see like thicker arms, thinner forearms, droopier breasts as well, but they're all going to be the same most of the time. They're all going to look very similar. So this one has more of like a pear shape, lower, bulkier around the waist than around the top. But I'm still going to add, a little bit of the muscle anatomy structure on top of these legs. I would say the most common type that a lot of people like to draw in terms of hourglass, in terms of like plus size shape, is this type because it just looks nice. Looks very feminine, looks very womanly.
Hello Kitty. It is an iPad Pro 12.9.
You don't really see these ones that often, unless you really want to go very different. So that's totally fine as well. Let me think. What other type of plus size body types are there in terms of shapes?
Someone said very underweight. Oh, did you say plus size?
Someone said plus size.
No, someone said underweight.
Oh, underweight. Sure, underweight.
Underweight is going to look more like a kind of more
like a skeletal. So I'm going to draw a very underweight person. Basically, you're going to see the ribs poking out. It's going to be you're going to see like a really intense waistline right here.
Welcome, everybody. So many new people were joining the Discord that it thought it was a raid.
Yeah.
Which is the ultimate compliment.
That is the ultimate compliment. So you'll see that everything looks very bony. The legs have barely that much muscle. I'm kind of drawing someone who's kind of like starving, unfortunately, but there's a lot of people who are underweight that are kind of look like this as well. You're going to definitely see a thigh gap in this because there's not much fat to cover the gap in between. So you definitely want to make the legs pencil thin. So you'll notice that barely any muscle. You'll see that most of the bulk is going to be in the rib cage and the pelvis, like so. And yeah, that's basically what an underweight person will look like. Now you can definitely make this a little bit healthier looking, like you can bulk her up just a little bit. Let me just duplicate this really quick and make her a little bit healthier. Not so skinny.
Daniela. Oh, Daniela's here. I was literally just about to ask because I saw her message in the Discord.
Oh.
Don't forget about the puppy with the front pants.
Oh, yeah. So, for a more like skinnier character, you can make the hourglass shape just a little bit more like prominent, but not like super bone thin. Like you don't want to show the skull, not the skull, what? The rib cage. So just kind of smooth it out a little bit. but you'll still tell that it's quite skinny. Arms will still be pretty skinny. Did you make your Americano yet?
Yep. It's
Okay,
behind
good.
me.
Okay, good. But legs will still be pretty thin. But you'll notice that this looks starved. This looks a little bit healthier. Looks a little bit more like this person's eating a bit more. So
They're just thin.
they're just thin.
The person on the left. Get that person a sandwich.
Yeah, I get that person a sandwich.
I've never seen 300 plus people in the live here before. Yes, there are 366 people in here. Welcome, everybody.
So hopefully that
Thank
helps.
you. Once there was 500 people.
I think that there was only one. That happened only once.
This is actually like our second biggest stream.
Yeah, surprisingly.
Do you guys have any OCs?
Yes, we
Thank
do.
you for asking. We have a bunch of OCs.
Yes.
These are some of our OCs from our book. We got Miki, my OC, and then the rest are both of ours. Miko, June, Tira, Naomi, and Christina actually drew them all recently as well. I can show them while she does
Sure.
something on her phone. So here's Naomi. She drew this the other day. And here's Miko. And she draws all these on stream, by the way. So Tira, June, Miki, and here's another one of Naomi. And you did Naomi's older sister, too.
Yes,
here's
I sure
Naomi's older
did.
sister. And here's nobody, some random character she made up.
Yeah.
So, yeah, there's the ROCs.
This one's my personal one.
That's Christina's personal OC.
Yeah. Naomi's my fave. Nice.
And then we
Tira.
also have a whole bunch of OCs. That's part of our book number 2.
We got some Tira fans here.
Yes.
Daniela's a Tira fan.
This is in our book number 2. It's a character design book. We actually came up with a whole story for it. So here's Kevin. Here's Candy, his bully. Here's Victor.
Everybody likes Naomi's sister.
Yes, everybody likes Victor.
And Monty.
Here's Faye. Here is Juliet.
Victor Mitsubi, of course.
Yep, there's me to be with
Someone
Victor.
said I would die for Kevin.
Here's Simeon. Here's Maya.
Which one of the books is better to buy? I'm planning to buy
here's
one soon.
Nick. And that's the OCs that we made for our book.
Thank you, Daniela, for all the heart puffs.
Thank you, Daniela. Which one of the books? Depends what you want to learn. So book number 2, the one I was just showing, is on character design. You'll learn about expressions, head types, face types, old, young, kids, costume design, all that kind of stuff. And book number 1 has all the basics on drawing anime. So anatomy, proportion, gesture drawing.
Yep.
Yes. Download, free, brush, bio. Go get it.
Your voice is like, da, da, da. You know, it's funny.
I would
It's
die
cute.
for Kevin, yes.
A lot of people are liking Faye and Maya and Juliet. You know, Juliet's also obviously very hot.
They're both on Amazon. You can get them there.
Let me see what
Plan
other...
on getting both books. Awesome. We put our heart and souls into those books. They both took about a year each to make. This live is actually so helpful. Let me share
Thank
it real
you.
quick.
Oh,
Awesome.
sure. Thank you.
Kevin
Let's
is
do some
so
studies.
cute, though.
Yeah, I love Kevin. Kevin's great.
Broad shoulders. Didn't you do that earlier? It's a
Did
gift for reaching more than
I?
300
Okay.
people on
Aw.
the live. Thank you, Daniela. Very generous. If only Victor was real.
If only Victor was real. It's
Whoa, look at
funny.
that.
Woo! Pretty. Money gun.
Money gun.
Broad
I
shoulders.
shoot, maybe a little bit, but you can watch the VOD after we upload it.
Wait, what happened?
Sorry, guys, I haven't been as active in the Discord server at night lately. I've been playing Escape from Tarkov with my brother.
So broad shoulders. Make sure the torso, if you want a girl or a guy to have broad shoulders, make sure the torsos are more prominent. So that means if it's a girl, make the torso, like this lower torso area, a little bit like more toned down. And then the shoulders a lot wider. That's how you're going to get that broad shoulder look. It's going to be very rectangular looking. What happened?
Daniela. They said, yeah, we can tell Colton rolls eyes. I love these kind of lives because I get to learn something instead of doom scrolling.
Yay, we are
Yes.
ending the doom scroll
We are
cycle.
ending the brain rot and starting the brain nourishment.
Yep. So all of a sudden, you got this like really harsh triangular shape for the girl body type if you're going to draw a girl with broad shoulders. And that's just all about like pushing and stretching and stuff.
Are able to do hair. We have a stream in the past on our VOD channel that's all about hair.
Yes,
so you can find
it was when I painted Tira. Let me find it. It was this one right here.
Yes.
So if you can find that.
So she did a whole bunch of hair rendering. Was that my bow?
That was your bow. And in fact, that bow looks perfectly fine.
Yeah. Lots of that kind of stuff. So I'm actually a background and environment artist. I don't really do a lot of manga stuff.
I do the manga stuff.
She does the manga stuff. What were those books called on Amazon? Anime Academy, How to Draw Manga, and Anime Academy, How to Draw Characters. So here is book number 2, sorry. And this is book number 1.
Oh my gosh, one day you guys should draw the girls as if they were in a little band or
That's
something.
cute.
I've contemplated drawing the girls as like a K-pop girl group. I really did.
Awesome, Cat's Pajamas.
Thank you.
Restarting my old hobby of drawing.
Oh, awesome. That's so good.
Yep.
Do you teach coloring?
Yes. Well, in our school we do.
Yes.
In book number 1 as well we do. So in this book, the basics of coloring and color theory is covered.
Thank you, Have Faith. Looking forward to that.
But in our school, I have to talk a little bit again. So we have a full school online with 7 different classes. It's like 100 hours of content. It covers all the basics of drawing anime, clothing, coloring, doing illustrations. It has an entire anatomy class. It has a perspective class, backgrounds, character design, all that kind of stuff. So if you want to be a professional artist and you're looking to learn the fundamentals, we have a school online and you can get it. And it's all on demand, so you can log in anytime you want and take any of the classes. It is at on the link in our profile. It's called Anime Art School. It teaches basically everything we know. So there you go. Yes, sir. Yes.
All right.
So it is extremely in-depth and comprehensive, and it's pretty much an entire art college. So, yeah. Go check it out.
Yeah.
Otherwise, join us on the streams. These will always be free.
Mm-hmm. So somebody asked like how to do action poses, and maybe I'll just cover a little bit on poses. Poses take a long time to explain, but I will try my best. So, actually, I'm going to go into the second book real quick because I do
Ariel,
cover
the books on Amazon, I think it depends on how much Amazon has them up for. Sometimes they're like $22, $23. Usually they're like $26. The school is 7 different courses, and you get them all, and it's $500. And then all of our VODs are uploaded for free on YouTube, and we have a bunch of free TikToks and stuff like that. Can you show how to render? I can do a rendering stream at some point.
Yeah, you saw
but
me to do
half
that.
my class in Anime Art School is about rendering.
Yep. So let's talk a little bit about poses. So these are just some examples of poses here. Whenever you do poses of any kind, always understand that there's curved and straight lines. If you draw everything very straight, it's going to look very static. If you mix a few, or if you dominate most of the pose with curvy lines, it's going to look more flowy. But essentially, what you want to do is understand that straight lines are fast, curved lines are slower. So this means that the eye travels down a lot faster with this line. You can take a little bit more time looking at the curves on this other side.
Drawing is mostly just psychology, by the way.
Yes.
So the way that your brain perceives stuff is how artists think about what to draw. Mm-hmm. Are the books available on Kindle? Book number 1 is available on Kindle. Book number 2 is not.
Yeah.
Mitsubi says, Colton, anytime someone asked about the school. Yes, if people get our school, because we do it for a living, then we can continue to do lives 4 times a week.
Yes.
Otherwise, if people don't get our school, then we have to quit and
go to jobs.
Go to get jobs and not do TikTok
So if you don't want us to go to jobs and not do any more TikTok, then never buy our course. I'm kidding.
Yes.
So this is the book.
To keep doing lives, then get our stuff. But otherwise, we're happy to just have you hang out here.
Yeah. It's fun to have people hang out. So when you are doing action poses.
Oh, awesome, Ariel.
Oh.
Thought about doing an online course for drawing, want to become a manga artist.
Nice.
Well, this would definitely give you a lot of the foundation for that. Mm-hmm. Yes.
In fact, feel free to even, I've used so much of what my teachers taught me when I teach courses, so I don't care if you use any of my methods. I really don't care. So you can use my courses as like a benchmark or whatever. Not to say that mine's the best or anything like that, but it's a good starting point. So anyways, mid-action poses. When you draw action poses, make sure you're not drawing poses that the action has already happened. Draw them when they're about to happen. So you basically say, instead of catching the ball like right there, nothing's already happened, the story's already ended. You want to show the story by saying, oh, are they gonna catch it? Are they not gonna catch it? So same thing with like a fighting stance, right? Rather than showing someone pushing someone else, like just touching them, this doesn't look very impactful. This feels like a shove because this character is pushing and then this person is reacting. This already happened after they pushed. So it looks like they actually got pushed. And action lines. Whenever you're drawing poses as well, especially if it's in movement, action lines will make things a lot more intense. Wow, that's a lot of people. Well,
yeah, there's a lot of new people in the Discord server. Welcome, everybody.
Yes, thank you.
I'm just scrolling and scrolling and scrolling. This is our book, Mina and Sugary Sweet. You can find it in the link on our profile.
It's on Amazon. Thank you for all the follows,
called
everyone.
Anime Academy, How to Draw Characters. You can take a screenshot of that if you want.
Mm-hmm.
And anything that we show on lives, you're welcome to take a screenshot of as well.
I also really recommend looking at like the line of action. Like if I'm going to look at this pose really quick, I'm going to have to look at, okay, what's the overall direction of all these lines going? Like, okay, the arm is swooping this way, the torso swooping this way, and the legs are going this way. So if I have a combination of that gesture, like that, it's going to look dynamic. In fact, I need to actually tilt this even more just to make it even more dynamic.
Orby, not yet, but we will.
What happened?
Do you sell the book anywhere other than Amazon?
No, we will someday. We got to get that all set up. So once you have the overall gesture, then you can start, basically blocking it in, right? If I'm doing this running pose, I have to keep in mind of the perspective of the pose itself. Like where's the rib cage going? To me, it looks like the rib cage is going down and away from us. This is going to be a little bit harder pose to draw because, because it's just so foreshortened. But essentially you want to break it down into the gesture and then also break it down in terms of the forms, right?
If I order on Amazon, do you guys get the money from that? I don't want to buy from a secondary source. Yes. So whenever you get our books on Amazon, we get some support from that. Yes. I don't think anybody else is selling our books. So it's through print on demand on Amazon. So the book doesn't exist until you hit the order button and then it gets printed and shipped. So we want to eventually get in contact with a printer and try to get our books into bookstores and stuff. But it's a lot of work, and we have a lot of other stuff going on right now. You might have to ask someone else in the chat. A couple people were able to figure that out. Every once in a while that happens with some people. Hi, I want to say hello from Europe. Hello, Martin.
Hi.
Welcome.
What part of Europe are you from?
Kinokuniya. I'm not sure what that is.
Kinokuniya?
What is that?
Oh, I don't know.
Write it down. If I were to make a book, would you recommend Amazon? There's pros and cons. I would definitely say there's pros and cons.
Oh, what is this? Is this like a stationery place?
That's cute.
That's so cute. I want to go there. Thank you so much. Nah, you're good, Kayla. I don't think you missed that much. So this is a really bad action pose, unfortunately, but you get the point.
Yeah.
Figure out it's
That's
horrible.
how you would figure it out.
That's how you would figure it out. If I wanted to, I could just like refine it and make it look more intense. In fact, if I want to make it look more intense, I will basically make it so that the head is angled even further downward, like this, so that this person's like really bending forward. You can practically see part of their back, like that. I would actually raise the leg even higher, so it looks even more foreshortened, and I would try to push that gesture of the pose a lot more, like to one side. So it looks like they're like speeding up, right?
Yeah.
So that's a really rough way to do action poses. So yeah, there we go. Hopefully that was helpful.
Hello again. I'm glad TikTok leave me back here. How are you two today? We're doing good.
We're doing good.
Just streaming, hanging out.
Yeah.
We got a lot of new people in the Discord server. I was just scrolling and scrolling.
I feel like doing a study because, I find that doing demos, like just live demos and just drawing like this and hanging out is also really nice practice. So feel free to kind of follow along or do whatever. I'm basically just gonna, so when I say when I'm doing a study or a demo, I'm basically just trying to do this pose and try to basically do or draw the body as how I've always done it, basically starting from the ground up. So I really recommend that if you're just starting to do bodies or starting to draw bodies, I really recommend having a process to start with and just practice that until you get it right. Oh, thank you, Ariel. Yeah, we'll definitely keep it up.
Where's the bio? If you can't see the link, it is this link up top here, drawnanimeacademy.com/TikTok. You can get the brush for free. You can find our VOD channel. And for anybody who is new, all of these lives are recorded and get uploaded as recordings on our Anime Academy VOD channel, VOD. I think it's Anime Academy VODs, or you can go to the link on our profile and scroll down to the bottom, and there's a purple button, and that'll take you to our channel. So go subscribe to us there, and you can watch all of these.
Mm-hmm. So you notice that I'm always starting, this is what I basically do for most poses. Like, this is how I get better at drawing people, and I really recommend this way, is to basically just always start simple and then complex. And basically I start most of my studies like this. So yeah. Then I got the leg here going back in space. I got this leg going straight. So once I figure that all out, oops, I spit. Then we can, add in more detail, right? So once I've checked that the proportions look pretty decent, right? Maybe I need to extend this leg just a tad bit more.
So one thing that you have to understand about this pose right here is this is taken in a wide lens. So
yeah,
to get a little bit more technical, we're looking up at the bottom of his chin, but we're looking down at the top of his feet. And the horizon line, in my estimation, is probably somewhere around here. So we're using a wide lens, which distorts the picture a little bit. So a wide lens just sees a lot.
Yeah.
So the reason that his feet are so far apart, this ankle and this ankle, is because it's a wide lens.
It's kind of hard to tell.
Yeah, you're looking down at it. It's, to explain it more simply, so here's the person, and here's the camera.
You're welcome, TikTok.
And it's like this.
Yeah.
So that's a wide lens. A long lens.
Oh, I need that.
Would look like this. A longer lens, not long, but a longer lens would look like this. So the camera is very close to the subject.
Is animating a great technique to learn about proportion and angle in typical drawing?
So this right here is more like that. So just be aware of stuff like that. A lot of the reference packs that you're going to find online are taken in pretty wide lenses. It really, really affects things.
Yeah, that's why I'm like, this pose looks a bit awkward. It makes him look kind of short. That's what I noticed. It makes his head look really big for his body. Because you'll notice on this one here, his head doesn't look as big, but this one it's really, really big. So that's kind of something that I've noticed. So that's why I kind of edited mine a little bit.
Yeah, so Christina's drawing her figure in a longer lens than the photo is. It just looks more natural. So she's not going to be looking up underneath of the person's chin. Thank you for all the follows, everybody. Colton's doodle got to be best art style. Yeah, my teaching...
Colton is great when it comes to these things.
My diagrammatic teaching drawings.
I like it when he just intercepts.
Wow,
and just
a lot of new followers coming in. Thank you,
you,
everybody. I think TikTok's dumping a bunch of people on us again. Welcome, everybody who's new. Sorry to our regulars.
You guys are getting ignored. I'm sorry. I don't want to ignore my favorite children. I'm kidding.
Seriously, look at this.
What? Oh, my goodness.
It's literally just... Brrr. It's like a machine gun of new followers.
Thank you. How to fight the urge to draw anything while you're studying something. Timer. Set a timer.
Yeah, set a timer. Don't have your distractions around you. Don't have your phone or put it on airplane mode. Don't have any other web browser windows open. Set a timer. Set up like a special study area for you to focus on drawing, for example. That will really help. The server is at almost 900 people, Daniela says.
Excuse me? Wow, that's crazy.
Christina's biased. Biased.
Am I? Am I biased?
Biased towards what?
Biased towards what, VO? Tell me.
We need to know.
What's the best way to improve your drawing?
Practice.
Practice. Always practice. There's no secret. There's no secret sauce.
Yeah. Practice and find a really good mentor. That would be my best advice. The people that I know who have become professional artists the fastest practiced all the time and they found really good mentors.
I have a hard time keeping consistent styles even within the same piece. Any advice? Practice more. The thing is, if you're kind of still like a novice at drawing, it's really hard to be consistent. Now, of course, I haven't seen your art. I'm assuming that maybe you're still like looking to improve and stuff. So most of the time, a lot of people struggle with consistency because they're not trained enough and they haven't practiced enough to be consistent.
The regulars crew. Biased towards the regulars crew.
Yes, I am. But we're gonna have more regulars, so I will start growing my
How can
bias.
we find mentors? Mentors are just friends. So you can either pay mentors, although really high level artists charge a lot, or you can become friends with people. Maybe join a group, find people who are good. That's actually, Jaded Juliet, that's actually a really good question.
Yes,
and there's no simple answer to it. The easiest way would be to buy a mentor and pay. The more difficult answer, like I've known people who've moved across the entire country and world just to move to the same city that has a bunch of artists, and they message them online and ask if they want to go out and get coffee or go get a meal, and they become friends with them. Regulars crew, will you teach lighting and shadows on a different stream?
That would be Colton's expertise.
We have some lighting and shadow stuff on our VOD channel.
Yeah, I think a little bit of that.
What's the best way to practice with proportions? Repetition.
Yeah, repetition.
It's just do it a whole bunch of times. Don't assume that because your drawing turned out bad that you're doing something wrong. You may just need more practice. You may just need to do it more times.
Yeah, and that's something that a lot of people like really struggle with. And it's the same thing with style as well. Like if you find that you have a hard time with style, a lot of the time it's just to keep doing it, just to keep finding it, just to keep drawing. And actually a lot of people, when they ask about style, they actually don't know it, but you don't have to choose a style. The style kind of chooses you in a way.
Well, your style will develop naturally based on your interests. Someone says connections are extremely important in life. Yes, the way that I found my mentor is I would... I went to a school, but I actually didn't meet my mentor in school. I looked at some of the recent graduating classes and I just started adding them on Facebook and sending them messages and being like, hey, I really like your work, and start a conversation. All of my mentors that I've had, I shouldn't be advising people to do this, but I didn't pay them. They just became friends of mine.
Well,
Very nice
if you're
people.
a cool person, then they're more likely to help you. Actually,
they're just
I mean, the way
people.
Colton has been my mentor for a long time. Like we basically became friends, and he became kind of like my mentor figure as well. So that's another thing.
Sorry, everybody. Lots of new followers. Hey, I'm hoping to learn some rendering tips. I'm not that good at that. Awesome. Stick around. We do cover rendering sometimes. How do you develop your own style and it doesn't feel like you're copying other artists? Well, you learn by copying. Like, there's thousands of years of artists that have come before you that have solved problems you'd never be able to solve on your own. It's like math, right? Like, you're never going to invent calculus on your own by yourself. You have to learn from people in the past. There's nothing wrong with learning from others.
It's okay to not be original either.
Be original by remixing.
Yeah.
Combine multiple styles of your favorite artists and make something new by remixing.
I've mentioned this before, I think in the last stream, but basically when people are trying to find their styles and they want to be unique, what's interesting is that when they try to be unique, they end up doing things that everyone else does. Mm-hmm. Like they end up making the same decisions that other people of their skill level do.
Yeah, if you try to avoid being like anybody else, you end up in a category of all the people who try to be not like anybody else.
Yeah.
And they all kind of look very similar. Mm-hmm. It's kind of this weird contradiction. I'm a brand new mom and I'm trying to pick up drawing again.
Oh my
it's hard
gosh.
going out with twins. Oh, I bet.
Wow.
But good luck.
That's awesome.
Well, I hope that this
More
can
power
be
to
a
you.
nice hangout spot. Mm-hmm. Where can I join your Discord? On the link on our profile. If you can't find it, you can send us a direct message on TikTok and ask for the Discord invite. Potato says, no, I'm late.
You're not that late. Well, kind of late, but it's okay.
Yeah, if you're going to DM people randomly, make sure you're direct messaging them by... make sure you're introducing yourself by giving them value. Don't just go, hey, can you mentor me? They're going to ignore you.
Yeah.
Give them value. Like,
say something
you want to
nice.
know how Christina and I grew over 100,000 followers on TikTok in 6 months? Because we give value with no expectation of return. It's just fun. It builds a cool community.
If you're always asking, like, hey, can you do this for me? Oh, can you do that for me?
Yeah.
It's just, it gives you a sense that the only thing that you want from someone is like just to get something out from someone. You know what I mean? Wait, that did not sound right. The more you ask, the more you come off as you're just asking for stuff rather than giving.
Zirpit, I would recommend finding one online. Zirtpit. Z-Art Pit. I think that's it. I would recommend just finding one online. Will this be on your YouTube channel?
Yes.
Yes, Lizzie. We have a VOD channel. You can find it in the link on our profile. Otherwise, it is drawanimeacademy.com/TikTok. The VOD channel is the purple button at the bottom.
Yes.
What my biggest recommendation would be quit asking people for stuff, start giving.
Yeah, start actually giving something of value. Understand, like, be interested in other people. Ask them what they like. Don't just talk about yourself, you know. It's surprisingly, social media is not all about you. It's about other people. And a lot of people go into it's funny because if you're going to start a social media as an artist, it's not about your art style. It's not about the quality of your art. The quality of your art tends to be kind of like the dopamine that other people want, but it's not like because of you. Does that make sense? I don't know how to really describe it. It's a lot deeper than that. When people go to social media, like on TikTok and doom scrolling and stuff, they're looking for dopamine for themselves. And this is not necessarily like a bad thing. Like, it's just kind of how social media is. So a lot of people go into social media and like TikTok to like be a famous artist because they want that validation, but that's basically the worst place that you can find validation from.
Yeah, if you want to find validation on social media, you're going to get wrecked. Like, social media is not designed to validate artists. I would recommend joining a community that's very nice and friendly. And I can't give you an answer other than, I mean, our community is nice and friendly, but I don't know about other communities.
Yeah.
They can be super toxic.
We really try to make it so that's not toxic, like no elitism and stuff. I followed the other YouTube channel yesterday and not the VOD one, and I was so confused. Yeah, we have 2 YouTube channels at this point.
Our lives go on our VOD channel.
Yeah.
So it's like a blue picture on our VOD channel. Sucre, hi, your link brush doesn't work. Someone might be able to help you on that.
Basically, make sure you're going to press brush, the plus sign, and import. And this should come up. Well, this is my reasons, but basically your download should appear on your files. So if that does not work, I'm not sure how to help with that.
Thank you, everybody who's showed up today.
Yes, thank you so much. I think we're probably getting a little bit calm. Oh, still at 300 people. Okay,
Yeah,
that's awesome. You guys are amazing.
So this is going to make the chat go crazy, but who is new here today? And what do you think of the stream? Are you enjoying it? So if you are new, if this is your first day tuning in, say me. Oh, Daniela says, I'm new.
I'm so new. There's a soccer.
Literally just got here.
Nice.
Oh, wow.
Wow. Yay.
Thank you, everybody who is new.
You are
yeah,
friends.
if you want the recordings of these streams, go subscribe to our VOD channel. So I'll be putting this up later today. So if you missed something in the stream, yeah, there are a lot. 300 people here.
Y'all are crazy. You know, I just want to say, I just really appreciate that you guys are here because you guys could be spending your time, like you guys are probably been here for like more than 30 minutes or maybe an hour. So the people who the people who have been here since day one, it's like, you know, you guys spend all that precious time that you have just to spend time with us. And it's just, we really appreciate it.
Your voices are so perfect for teaching this kind of stuff.
Oh, thank you.
Where is the VOD channel? So we have a YouTube channel called Anime Academy VODs. If you want a direct link to it, you go to our link on our profile and it's the purple button. What is your VOD channel? Anime Academy VODs. Yeah, Cravings, we appreciate you showing up. We were just so grateful that everybody, out of all the millions of things that you could be doing at this moment, you're spending it with us.
Yeah.
And I really appreciate it. Like, I don't think you maybe understand how big of a deal that is. You may think, you know, oh, well, it's free. Of course I'd be here or whatever. But, like, if people won't give you their time, like, that's the hardest thing to get people to give you. If you've ever posted a TikTok video and it didn't go viral, you can realize how difficult it is to get people to give you their time.
It's like a very picky thing. Like, people are quite picky with what they choose to do with their time.
Yeah. We live in a world where there's infinite number of things that give you dopamine that you could be doing at any moment. So when people decide to spend their time here, it really means a lot to us.
Yeah. It really makes the streams feel very fulfilling to us.
Yeah. Why are y'all getting sentimental? Getting all sappy on us. It's true. Like,
I've been thinking about this for a long time. Like, you know, you'll know that I get sentimental sometimes.
Streaming is probably one of the most rewarding things.
Yeah, it really is.
Besides fan art of our characters.
Yeah. I like fan art as well, of course, but I'm not going to ask for it. Maybe for, you know, occasionally, but...
I wouldn't ask for fan art, but I love it when people make it.
Yes, exactly.
Do you have brush for Ibis Paint, or do you make ones for Procreate? This brush will work in Procreate.
The thing is, we never made this brush. This is from a brush pack that I just love using, so I don't know how to make Ibis Paint brushes, unfortunately.
Sticky note. If you can't see the link in our bio, go to drawanimeacademy.com/TikTok, and the brush is on there. It's a Google Drive link, so you can download it from there.
So someone said it won't work. It's just numbers and codes. People have done that before. Like, they get numbers and codes. I think you might have to do it on like PC or something, or yes. I'm not sure.
Also, the brush is in the resources channel on our Discord server as well.
I'm not going to be coloring this. This is just going to be gray because color is going to take a while. There we go.
Let us know if it works, Kowalski. I know people have gotten the brush into Clip Studio Paint. What part of the body should you practice first? Proportion, I would say.
Proportion, like, you can always do like individualized studies, but I would say the best way to get like the full body and just get all the practice that you need is proportions, because you're going to need to know the proportions for everything anyways when you study and put the body together. So yeah, I would really recommend proportions. That's what I would always go for.
Yep. So proportion would refer to the ratios between body parts and the whole.
Yeah. Like, the legs will have a certain proportion compared to the body when it's like on the body. Same thing with the torso. You know, how big is the torso compared to the legs? When you understand that, then the body will basically be like a piece of cake. The more you practice it, of course.
Can I make a fan art with the person at the book? Which character?
Which one, Miko or Miki?
This character or
this one?
This character? This is Miko, M-I-K-O. This is Miki, M-I-K-I. And then there's other characters inside. How long have you guys been doing art professionally? Since 2016.
From book 2.
And Christina.
Yes, you can.
Since 2019.
Yep.
But I do environments and backgrounds. I do backgrounds for games and props and stuff.
Okay, so somebody asked.
That's a good question, Keith.
Yeah.
I'll get to that in a second.
Your art is just amazing. I feel humiliated. Don't feel humiliated.
No.
This takes a lot of practice. And I think the more you practice, you'll get there eventually too. In fact, I still think I need a lot more to go. Do you pay attention to negative or positive space? Kind of both.
Yeah, that's a good question. It really depends. Negative and positive space can really help in all kinds of ways.
Like, for instance, if I want to find the distance between the arm and the rib cage, I find the negative space in here. And I kind of switch between negative and positive depending on which one is easier. In fact, I need to change some things based on the reference, because this negative space is very different.
You're also drawing in a different camera, remember?
That's true. That's right. Well.
So, with design, I pay attention to both about equally. Like, I would look at the design of this negative space in here and go, like, what's this curve? This is like a little S curve. This is kind of like an S curve, but it's a different S curve than that one. This is a C curve, and then this one comes in like that. So I would look at the design of this shape and go, do I like it? But I would also look at the design of this shape and see if I like it.
How do you make the models less stiff? Understand, bend and squish.
Yeah.
Like, what direction is ribcage going? And in contrast, you know, what direction is the pelvis going? And the more you have these S shapes, you know, even in the legs, for example, like this is an S shape, this is an S shape, you know, this can be an S shape. The more dynamic lines like this you have in the pose, the more dynamic it's going to be. So the more stiff you make it, meaning like the more straight, like if this was straight and this was straight and this was straight and this was straight, looks stiff. But because I kind of changed the curves a little bit in the body, so it looks like this, it feels more dynamic. So try that if you can. The voice change scare me. We're two people, Milo. So if you hear a man,
does this feel like art class? It kind of is.
It kind of is an art class. I mean, that's kind of
we are the brain nourishment in the world of brain rot on TikTok.
Yeah. To be able to draw poses, do you have to understand skeletal muscular anatomy? I would say understand more forms and how it goes in perspective. Like, you don't always have to understand the complete anatomy of every single thing. Sometimes I would say it's more useful to understand, okay, is this ribcage going back in space? Is this pelvis going back, or is it bending forward? You know, where is this arm being positioned? Is it going back? And is it going here? You know, is it going away from us? And the more you figure that out, the better your poses will be.
Someone says, can you restart, please? I just joined. We are going to put this up as a VOD on our VOD channel on YouTube. So it's Anime Academy VODs. You can find it in the link on our profile. All of our past live streams are going up there.
When you say restart, you got to understand. We drew a lot today. So here's like a little recap. We drew all this. We drew all
Basic
this.
shapes first before anatomy. Not necessarily. You can study them both at the same time.
And we're drawing this. So I can't necessarily
So there's
restart.
like shapes, proportion, and anatomy, and they're all going to work together. Mm-hmm. Shapes are two-dimensional. Proportions are ratios between things, and anatomy is like specific anatomical information like muscles and bones and stuff. And then I would say the fourth one would probably be like forms, which are like three-dimensional volumes.
I would say the thing that helped me with my people drawing a lot more is just basically simplifying the body like this. Understanding where everything is going in dimensional and 3D space.
How do you find good references? Pinterest is great.
Pinterest is great.
Just search up what you're looking for on Pinterest. Like, I don't know, you could do like female poses or male hero poses or something like that.
And one of the exercises that I love doing to practice dimensional drawing is from Walter Tope's class, which is basically just drawing a bunch of boxes in different angles.
Yes, I teach this in anime art school.
Yes, Colton teaches all the dimensional perspective drawing and stuff that you need to learn in his classes. So when you connect the boxes like this.
How to build off that form, like how to make it seem more like a human figure. So you're going to, their human bodies are kind of like rounded off squishy boxes.
You want to sit down?
Nope, I'm checking this.
Oh, okay. What time is the live tomorrow? Probably also 1:30 PST. Toe followed the live. We got another toe in the in the.
Thank you for the follows.
We got disgusting big toe. We got toe fungus. And now we got toe.
Yeah, so make it seem more like bodies by adding forms on top of the blocky structure.
Actually, one exercise that I like doing, actually I was taught this in Art Center, was you draw a sphere, you draw a box underneath wherever you want. Wait, let me just draw it real quick. Right here. Wherever you want it. And then you try to connect it.
Yeah, that's
like
a really
that.
good. Think about like the physics between them as well.
Yeah, this will make it so that you're like, okay, this is actually in 3D space. How far away is the sphere, right? It can be, maybe this sphere can go from here, and then this is where the box is. And maybe this is like way far away, so that maybe it stretches a lot more. And then you just connect it like that. Form exercises. So this basically is kind of similar to like a torso and a rib cage, and this is like the squishy middle, like
Someone
your
says,
obliques.
can we see your work? So Christina's work, well, I'll just show some of her work that she did on past lives. This is some of Christina's work from past lives here, right? Here's Miko again. Here's Tira. Here's June. I don't know where those pieces you've been working on lately are.
Oh, I was drawing the girl gang in like fancy outfits. So let me find it.
I'll show my work.
Sure, no problem.
So here's some of my work. Like I said, I'm an environment artist. So this is some of my work. Colorful environment stuff. Here's some more of my work. This is more like concept art type stuff.
Here's another one.
Here's something that Christine and I did together a couple of years ago.
Colin's actually really good. No, a lot of people
I just don't know. Draw on
Colin
stream.
doesn't
Here's some more of my stuff. So this is the kind of stuff that I teach in my class in anime art school. Here's some anime stuff that I did.
I helped him
Here's
with that
Miki,
one too.
young Miki, and here's young Miko. So the characters from our book. And here's like a clothing study that I did. And that's it. And here's
ice cream.
Product placement ice cream. Yeah, that was from game night the other night.
Sorry.
So there's my work.
Yep, and then there's other additional work that I have here. I drew all the girls, at least most of the girls. I still have to finish Miko and Naomi. I drew them all in like fancy outfits and stuff like that. I like doing this kind of stuff. It's like Barbie dolls.
So there's Tira and there's Miki. I like this dress.
I like this dress too. That's one of my favorites.
And there's Miko. Cute.
What is the environment artist name? His name is Colton.
Yes. We are husband and wife.
So yeah, that's kind of our
Could you
work.
recommend good tech if I wanted to be in digital art? I mean, it's really up to you. A lot of people use like an iPad and Procreate. A lot of people, if they already have like a laptop or computer, they'll get like a little Huion or Intuos from Wacom and use Krita. Like you could, if you already have a computer, you could probably get into digital art for like less than $100.
Thank you. Sukuna's listed.
If you already have an iPad, I would recommend an Apple Pencil and a drawing app like Procreate or something. It really depends.
Oh, Vio says, reminder that these guys are like professional. I forget sometimes because they're just nice to talk to. So that's fun. Thank you, Vio. We don't necessarily like to talk as if we're like all that.
Neither of us even have a social media for our art, really. We have portfolios for like client work, but that's about it.
Yeah.
At Draw Anime Academy is where we get our social media community fix.
Yeah, that's true.
And we want our Anime Academy to stay about you guys. I feel like a narcissist when I talk about my art.
I know. I feel like a narcissist too. Like, I mean, I like showing some of it, but it's like I'm not like it's all about. Here's my art. Just look like my art, please. Yeah, I'm not doing that.
Yeah. Do you do traditional art? Yes, but it's all in like sketchbooks and stuff.
Yeah, it's mostly sketchbooks stuff, sketches, and
I'm used to professionals being kind of stuck up. There's a lot of pros out there who don't bother themselves with social media and stuff. I would say probably the majority of pros out there are just like regular people with kids. You find a lot of it on social media. I couldn't really imagine having a personal Instagram or something that has like hundreds of thousands of followers.
I just feel icky.
I don't think anything's wrong with it. It's just not for me.
Yep, I draw on the iPad.
So an iPad. Well, that's what Christina's drawing on.
I also have a Cintiq, which is like a thing.
It's like a monitor that connects to your computer that you can draw on. They're kind of expensive though. So, Sarah Bales, what type of art are you wanting to get into? Do you already have a computer or an iPad?
Oh, I haven't seen an Asian man have chest hair that much. Maybe I should change this to like a different ethnicity or something. It doesn't matter. Whatever. This person can have chest hair.
I wish I able to buy an iPad Pro this year.
You can do iPad Mini. We have an iPad Mini as well. That's a lot
I just
cheaper.
have my phone. Yeah, we also have an iPad Mini. It's really up to you. Pretty much everything works well. It's just up to, do you want to be able to draw on the go when you're out and about? Do you spend more of your time at home on a PC? So you just have a phone. If you want to get into drawing and you like the look of the iPad, then you can get an iPad.
Mm-hmm. That's actually a good idea, Cat's Pajamas. He could be Asian.
It's very difficult to answer the question because everybody's situation is different. I'm studying Riot Games art style right now. I just found out that one of my friends moved from Blizzard to Riot.
So Atina, we don't necessarily do like critiques and stuff, but you can definitely share your artwork.
Yeah, you can share your artwork in the Discord server in the critiques channel. I don't know if Christina and I will get to it, but other people will probably help you out. I want to draw comics. My daughter and I get in the fixes and I see it in my head.
Ooh, comics are awesome. I want to do a comic someday.
Yeah, I mean, you can't go wrong with an iPad and an Apple Pencil and Procreate. Like, It's really, really good. It's just a little bit pricey. It just depends.
I'm just noodling at this point. I kind of want to paint this a little bit. I've been really into the mood of painting. I feel like it's a lot easier to show form than it is with drawing, in a way.
There's also some guides online. Not really guides, but more like... It's so based on a person's specific situation and what they want. Yeah. Some people use Procreate on their iPad and then they have like classes or something on their phone that they watch. What should I focus on for body anatomy?
Proportion.
Yeah.
I'm just going to keep saying proportion. You have to learn proportion. That's the most important thing.
And do a bunch of gesture drawing as well to get better at flow. So I like 30-second and 1-minute gestures. Just do like 30 minutes of them. Do you guys know how to make characters interact more with their environments? That's going to be a perspective thing. If you can't draw a character in the same perspective of an object and an environment, that's generally going to be the biggest disconnect.
Learn.
Yeah, feel free to ask any questions.
Yeah. You guys don't even have to ask, like, oh, can I ask a question? Just ask it.
Yeah, if you want people to interact with an environment, I would practice, like, you really need to understand the perspective that the body you're drawing is in. Because, say, for example, if you want to draw, like, a backpack on this guy.
Okay, let me draw a backpack. This guy's going to look... So, I'm kind of thinking...
You need to understand the form of his body. And, like, let's even say that the backpack is like a box or something. It could even be like a basket.
Here.
So, like,
down.
imagine this guy has, like, something like this. And there's, like, a basket behind him.
Nene.
And that could come down like that. I probably wouldn't come out the other side at all. Maybe something like that. Or if it was like even a box, maybe I'll change it into a box instead of a basket.
We'll probably do hair on another stream, just because we're kind of more on bodies right now.
Yeah, this is a little bit distracted. So again, look up specific references, right? So say this goes around like that. And if it's maybe like a box,
It's on a different layer, by the way.
Nope.
Oh.
My bad.
I'm sorry.
I have to put this on a second layer. I just barely drew anything anyways.
Oh, okay. Yeah, just sit down.
So like, I need a picture of like a backpack on Pinterest.
Okay. Do you want a hiking backpack?
Shh, I don't care. It's whatever. So yeah, no shirt but rocking a backpack. Yep. Sometimes you'll find people like that just hiking in the mountains. They'll be like this. They'll have sandals on.
Is this fine? Oh no, you wanted like someone wearing a backpack.
Someone probably wearing a backpack would be better. But like for example, you could put a cylinder. I didn't make a new layer, did I? I did. Right? A cylinder here, coming out the other side a little bit.
Is this okay?
That's probably fine, right? Maybe it's like strapped down like that. It goes over the shoulders like this. And it's more of a ribbon.
You might need to move this towards the other side. Right there, yeah.
Oh, right. So this comes down and it goes like that.
Yeah, that's probably where Nezuko would be hidden in the back.
Right. So that would be the bedroll on the top or some sort of a mat probably. This is the reference she found me. It's not really the same, but...
You can think of it in 3D.
It's all good. Right? And then if this is like a backpack, then you're probably going to get something around the waist right here to carry the weight, because it kind of sits on like your hips.
In fact, I think I made the torso way too long, but that's okay.
Easy to adjust.
Yeah.
Right? And then back here. So this would be someone interacting with their environment, for example.
Maybe draw like some rocks or something at the bottom.
Yeah, like you need to know the ground plane as well that he's in. So like if I wanted to put rocks on the ground around him, I can make like a little ground plane like this. And I'm thinking about this as also in wireframe. So if there's a rock behind him, it could be back here. If there's a rock in front of him, I could think, you know, maybe there. I'll draw better rocks. Right? Maybe one right there. Think about where the objects are located on the ground and then draw them on the ground. Like, where are his feet planted on the ground? This is what a lot of people really struggle with because they're so used to drawing characters all the time and they never really put the characters in the world with objects around.
It's hard.
So this is why doing stuff like this is so important.
Thanks, Dandelion.
Why stuff like that is so important. So
yeah, Gabby says I have trouble drawing something in different perspectives. I wouldn't know where to start. Honestly, real.
Yeah, a lot of people have trouble with that
too because I'm primarily a character artist, and even I'm still struggling with putting things in.
You know, there you go. And then, of course, after this, I would fix the design. I would make sure that this isn't lined up perfectly. I would probably, you know, stick this one out a little bit more, maybe make it bigger. I would add flaps and different stuff to it. I would add little pockets, and I'd probably connect that. So one of the things about your drawing is that it doesn't have to look amazing until you make it look amazing. Like, set up the foundation first, draw things in first, figure out where stuff is going to be, and then afterwards you can go in and go, okay, now how do I make this look good? So that's something that you can do, right? He could have straps coming down like that. He could have a little strap coming off of there.
Backpack harnesses are actually really cool to look at.
Yeah, they do look cool, right? This could be pinched in like this. You know, you could have like a little buckle thing and then another little strap coming off. So that's how I would do that. How do you know when to stop editing the drawing and like be happy with it and not ruin it? That's totally up to you.
When you start noodling and not knowing what to do, then it's probably done, usually.
Yeah, so like if you want to draw people interacting with their environments, do exercises like this. I teach this in my perspective class in anime art school, by the way. So it's really, really important to be able to draw objects and boxes and things at angles and understand their relationship in 3D space with each other. So like if I want to go like that, right? And let's say that this is a backpack, maybe like Sakura's backpack in Cardcaptor Sakura. Like, to be able to draw that at any angle you want and a person any angle you want, you can put the backpack on them. So that's where pros who are professionally trained usually stand out from people who are like self-taught or have never really studied foundation. Is pros will generally run circles around people who, when it comes to this kind of stuff. So take classes on this sort of thing if you want to become a professional artist, because it's really important.
Where do I send my stuff in the critique section on Discord? I think you answered your question in the critique section.
Yep.
It's in the critique channel, so that's where you send it.
And eventually it becomes less about, can I draw this, and more, is it worth drawing? Mm-hmm. So I don't think a lot of people can really can understand it that easily, but eventually you get so good at drawing that it's not really an issue of whether you can draw it. It's more of you think about the design and you go, do I want this pose? Do I want that pose? Do I want this outfit? Do I want that outfit?
It becomes less of how do I draw this outfit.
Yeah.
Christina or Colton, how did you guys put the arcane bot levels into one channel? I don't know. We had that done for us.
Yeah, we had someone do that.
He's ready for hiking. We got to put some sandals on.
Yep.
I think hiking sandals kind of look like. Let me look. Hiking sandals.
So the stuff that I was teaching, like drawing people in perspective with objects and stuff, that bores most people to tears.
Yeah.
So if we do a stream where I'm actually teaching like perspective and stuff, most people
leave.
So that's why we don't do very many streams on it. Like, people say they want to learn it, but then when you start teaching it, they get bored and leave.
There. I think that's a bit better.
Like, I don't know how else to say it.
But if you guys don't leave, you're very special because you guys are actually interested in that kind of stuff. I want these samples.
But, like, if you want to become a professional artist who gets hired and gets paid the big bucks, then this is, like, usually the main difference between people who are, like, self-taught or have just drawn a lot and people who are professionally trained and get paid. Well, loud bird outside.
Loud bird outside.
Get paid, like, thousands of dollars for their art. Any tricks on how to imagine the angle of a pose? Break it down into simple blocks.
This.
Yep.
Always this.
It's always this. Like, people will do this exercise once or twice. They'll do it wrong, and then they'll go, oh, I learned that.
Can he have pants?
Rana, that was taught earlier on stream.
I'll do cargo pants.
So if you want to check the VOD after it goes up later, you can see that. Yeah, perspective is just one of those things that you got to learn. Like, if you want to be a pro, you just have to learn it. You have to sit down and learn it. Learn it from someone who knows what they're talking about. Not a lot of people do. Well, people will know, quote, perspective, but they won't be able to effortlessly draw things in perspective.
Yeah, Colton can effortlessly draw things in perspective. I can't. I can sort of, but with people, but like drawing anything, like drawing any, like basically tools and backpacks and stuff, it's a little bit harder for me to do that. That's my limit. But pants, skirts, you know, clothing, I can basically do most for the most part. There, he got some pants now instead of just underwear.
Not a lot of pros draw out of their mind.
Yeah,
Even
no.
very famous artists like, what's his name? Norman Rockwell and those sort of people. Is it Norman Rockwell?
Yeah, Norman Rockwell.
Yeah, Norman Rockwell. Oh, I was thinking Andy Warhol for a second. Norman Rockwell, they would take pictures of their friends in different outfits and use it as references. Once you get to the professional level, everybody just assumes they're all using reference. Only beginners talk about not using reference that much.
That's true.
I've noticed that. You can practice specifically to draw without reference. You just draw something a whole bunch of times and you start to remember what it looks like.
Yes, thank you for answering that brush and bio question. I overdo Smash Tool. I don't know how to make harsh, shadow, or light. What is Smash Tool?
I have no idea.
I have no idea. Don't really know how to answer that question. Could you make a tutorial for dresses sometime? I would love to, because dresses are my favorite.
Where do I get the VOD? Anime Academy VODs on YouTube. You can also join the Discord server, and they get posted in content updates when they're uploaded. What are good online communities for sharing art? I don't know. I don't really use any. I just practice and run Anime Academy. So our Discord server is a great place. It's fun. People hang out and, you know, but I can't really give any recommendations because I don't know. I'm not really in any. Who do you recommend to learn for perspective? I teach perspective.
I would really recommend his classes. The thing is, Colton has taught perspective for a long time. And not only that, but he's very good at breaking things down so that a beginner can understand it.
But there's like a number of places. Like, obviously, I have my own perspective class in anime art school. I would recommend the YouTube channel Modern Day James. He doesn't really have perspective classes. He kind of just explains some stuff. Modern Day James. Right? There's Schoolism. That's paid. That's like $300 a year, I think. There's Wouter Tulp has a dimensional drawing class on Schoolism.
Bye, potato. Mm-hmm.
Will Weston doesn't really teach perspective that much.
No, but there are probably perspective classes.
There's like perspective boot camp in Brainstorm School. Right, this one will probably run you $600 or $700.
For how many week class? For like an 8 week or
yeah,
10
for like
week?
an 8 or 10 week class. Perspective.
People are asking what this man's name is gonna be. We'll probably, I don't know if we'll give him a name.
Perspective boot camp. Right, I have a 14-week perspective course in Anime Art School. Which has a bunch of really good lessons in it, but this one's also paid.
Wow, we have 901 members on the Discord.
Yeah, it depends.
His name will be named Pookie.
Carlos, that's fine.
I saw Andrew.
Andrew?
I thought Andrew's funny because we have an inside joke about Andrew, that name.
Yeah, we used to have a rooster named Andrew.
Yeah, we'll name him Andrew. How about that?
He was a jerk.
Yeah, he was a jerk, but he's not a jerk.
Has anybody here ever had a rooster before that like attacked your feet when you walk by? What's the YouTube channel name? Draw Anime Academy. Otherwise, you mean the VOD channel? It's Anime Academy VODs.
I had a bandage on him.
Just checked out your curl tutorial and it was super helpful.
Awesome!
Roosters are so mean. Yeah, they can be really mean.
I know that I have a story. I don't know if my grandma's watching this VOD. I know that she watches some of our VODs sometime, but she had a rooster that nearly got eaten by a cat, and she nursed it back to health, and that was like her favorite rooster. And that was like the nicest rooster that I've ever heard of. Mm-hmm. So
when are you live again?
Tomorrow. It's because he got beef with
Well, Christina was the one that they attacked. And then you just you field goal kick the rooster.
Yeah.
No, it's...
Well, I accidentally... So, we used to... Okay, so I'm just going to draw this real quick. So, we have a chicken coop back when we were in his parents' place. They had a chicken coop, and we raised chickens, and we sit in this little log, and we, like, look at the chickens. They jump on us and stuff. So, I was over here, kind of just hanging out with the chickens. They're just hanging out. Then this rooster comes in, and I move my leg just a slightly bit. He thought I was kicking him.
Yeah.
And so...
He started going ham.
He started going ham on my foot. And so I'm just like, hey, stop it. You know, I did not kick the rooster. I moved my leg and he thought I kicked him. That's how dramatic he was.
Yeah, roosters can be very dramatic. They're just like, oh, I'm being attacked.
I need, I mean, like, actually, he was pretty tolerant of me earlier. It was only when I just moved my leg slightly that he perceived it as an attack.
Yeah, he's just a little...
So he's he's dead now. So.
Yeah, the rooster's kind of dead now, unfortunately.
Yeah, unfortunately.
I think my dad was so mad at him, he just killed him.
Oh, that's dark. That's
kind of dark.
Danielle is probably biased because she probably raised a bunch of roosters. Now we didn't eat it. I think he either had a burial or whatever. I'm not sure. I don't remember. Draw Sean Diaz from Life is Strange. I don't know if I'll draw that. I don't know what he looks like.
Yeah, this isn't
a request stream. Yeah. I really prefer OC streams more than like character requests like from shows. Personally, just because I like seeing people's creativity rather than just drawing characters that already exist.
Yeah, whatever. So, I'm on the rooster side.
Someone's got to sympathize with the rooster, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I know, Kayla. I can't wait for it too. How do you guys know the order which layers go in? Layers can go in any order. It depends on your workflow.
Yeah.
If you are doing kind of like an anime style like illustration where you have like a crisp line work and color underneath, make sure your line work is always on the top because that's the color. The color is going to show underneath the line work. So basically everything else can go underneath. That's really the only thing that I like to do.
Christina draws on one layer most of the time.
Yeah, I've drawn all these on one layer. If you want to like add any additional stuff, like basically go on top of the line work layer and add like an extra details layer or whatever you want, like adjustments layers or stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
But most of the time, layers don't really matter. It just depends on your workflow. You don't have to have a bunch of layers for you to have good art.
I forgot about this piece.
Oh, wow. I remember that piece. What's the canvas size? 5,000 by 6,000 pixels wide. Let me look.
Here's a piece I made back when I was a student. It's like a line work. Long time ago.
I remember that piece. That looks really difficult. It probably wasn't. Bye, Esme. Thank you for going on your break and watching us on your break. Do 8 heads work all the time for proportions? So not all the time. Like, we use a standard 8 heads proportion because it's easy to change. What was it? Yeah. Let me think. What was I going to say with this? I forgot the question. I was just on a different thing. So basically I use a heads method, and if I want to shorten it, I either just make the body bigger, but the proportions of the rest of the body are going to be very similar. So like, rib cage, pelvis, stuff like that. The body's going to be a bit tinier, but the head can maybe change. So essentially the body ratio will stay the same, but maybe the head will be a bit different. So that's what I like to do. But I use 8 heads figure or 8 heads like ratio just to kind of figure everything out and change if I need to.
How to draw fingers. Our last live was on drawing hands. So
yes.
We have that actually uploaded on our VOD channel on YouTube. You can find it in the link on our profile. It's the purple button at the very bottom. That's our VOD channel. And it was like 2 hours of lessons on drawing hands and fingers. We also have a TikTok on drawing hands. And that covers some fingers.
Rain, what piece are you talking about? You mean the piece that he just showed?
That piece I did, the line work?
Probably that's what they meant, the line work, yeah.
I don't know where that is. It's an old piece. I made it back in like 2015.
There it is. He asked you to walk through how you did it.
How I did it?
Here, you sit down.
This piece right here.
I'm assuming that's the one, because they said yeah.
We hope you guys did a stream. Sure.
Yes.
So, I mean, how I would go about a piece like this.
Do you want to put on Procreate or something, and then just draw on top?
How I would go about a piece like this, I'll just make like a new file really quick. I mean, this took me like 20 hours to draw, but the base is actually pretty easy to set in. So, if you think about this, how do I put this on Procreate? I don't really need it on Procreate. So if you think about this, the perspective, it's basically just a 3/4 box. So do I have a layer? Yes, I do. I don't draw on Procreate very much. It's basically just a 3/4 box like this with a whole bunch of details. See, this rectangle right here is this rectangle right here. And so there's like a building back here. There's this drop off. There's a building over here like this. And I would sketch in really blocky, and I would probably lay out on the ground where the truck is going to go. So like,
bye, cat's pajamas.
Maybe something like this. And then I'd start drawing in the tires. Like, obviously I would sketch it out to start really roughly. And then once I have my main shapes in place, right? The truck, there's the hole in the wall. This is like a drop off.
Will you ever do a stream on how to do backgrounds?
Yeah, probably. Right? So there's all these different vehicles and stuff, but you'll notice that everything here, they're just boxes with a bunch of detail on them. So there's nothing crazy to it. The reason I was able to do this when I was a student is because it's mostly just a bunch of detail and noise. There isn't any really complicated stuff going on. Don't be confused by details. At the end of the day, this is just a box with another box coming out of the front and a couple of cylinders. And so that's all it is. So I would literally draw out a little sketch like this, and I would go, okay, maybe I draw this trailer coming off the back like that. I would draw, this building back there. I wouldn't focus on any of the details to start. And once everything is in place, right, you got the little staircase. Actually, that comes down and out and down and out and around like that.
So Rain asked, how do you know what details to add?
Focal point. So my focal point on this drawing is basically right here. So it's the darkest and most detailed area. So when I was thinking about this drawing, I go, I want people to look at this area. And then second, I want people to look at this area right here. And then I just add little details around here that kind of hold people's attention just in case. But like if you look down here at the bottom, there's not really a lot of detail in these rocks. There's not a lot of detail over here. And especially like over there, not a lot of detail. So early on in your drawing, decide where you want people to look. So I would go focal point, second read, and then overall I would kind of just circle the whole thing in a little layer of detail so you can look around. But I can guarantee you that this piece right here is the most important part of doing this.
Yeah.
No, I didn't use any reference photos for this. That's why the Humvee and everything is wrong. I should have.
Someone asked, can you give us an example of what a complicated background is like?
A complicated background?
I think
Like-
a lot of time backgrounds are actually like,
I don't know if anybody recognizes this, by the way, but this is from a course of mine online that was really popular.
what's a complicated
A
background?
complicated background,
Maybe that one?
maybe like these. Here's some like kind of complicated backgrounds that I did. Like a sequential shot.
So what makes them complicated is
This is what I think about in my head when I'm doing sketches. I go, what do I want people to look at? What's the first thing I want them to look at? What's the second thing I want them to look at? Here's another one that I did a while
I
back.
remember that piece.
Yeah. Like, what do I want people to look at? Let me think. I'm a complicated background.
But things like, what would you consider a complicated background? Because maybe it could just be the layering,
Like-
it could be the detail, you know.
Yeah, like this one here, for example. This one, the fishing boat is like the main subject. The background behind the fishing boat gives you context to where you are. And then this is the actual thing that's going on during like the shot. Like this is what people look at. So we go, the idea behind this was there's a boat and this tow truck crashed into the back of the boat and they used the hook on the back of the tow truck to catch these giant fish. And that's the whole story. So it's like this tugboat kind of thing, and there's some more giant fish back here, but they're not very important, so they're just silhouettes at this point. And then there's these two guys, and they caught these monster fish. So this is all painted. I'm also more of a painter than a drawer, so I do more painting than I do line work, just because I like it. Here's some of the ideas for the boats, just in side view, thinking about how it worked. So this was all the way back in, I don't remember, 2018, the original. And then 2 years ago, I reworked it and added more stuff to it.
Alexia and Kayla said that your backgrounds are so pretty, love to see, and this is crazy amazing.
Oh, thank you. This is the one that actually,
said that too.
this is one that a lot of people liked. So for example, I kind of have a two different reads right here, right? So if you look at this one, I've got this composition that's kind of like this. Well, actually more like this. So this is the foreground. Like this. So there's the foreground, this whole part. There's the boat, the ship right here, which is like the main thing to look at. And then in the background, there's another ship that's kind of lighter and is crashed like this. And that's sort of the second thing that you look at, like this. So this would be foreground, midground. Well, technically this right here would be the foreground. So actually, let me do this. Foreground gives scale. So the foreground is usually what gives you your scale. It tells you where the cameraman is standing. So foreground, right? Scale. Where am I? Am I on the ground? Obviously, the person who took this picture is standing on this hill in the snow or on a rock or something, right? Then there's the mid-ground.
Not all of Colton's paintings are apocalyptic or just like grungy.
I like apocalyptic. So these are all personal artworks of mine. And usually when artists do a personal artwork, they go to their comfort zone because it's more of like Christina's comfort zones is drawing girls.
Yeah.
So she draws a lot of girls.
Good
I draw
question, Alan.
apocalypse.
Good question, Alan. We actually do have an online class. He actually teaches an online class.
Yeah, I teach
about all this stuff.
I teach background painting in our school, anime art school. So this is the link. It's also in our bio. But anyways, mid-ground is usually where your focal point is. Not always. This is a very, very simple setup. It's foreground, mid-ground, background. Background.
It's $500 for all 7 classes, Rain.
Background. Background is usually context. So it tells you where in the world you are. So foreground tells you where the cameraman is. Mid-ground is your subject matter and what your focal point is. And then background shows where in the world am I? That's a pretty standard setup. So I would probably group this ship and this ship into the focal point and subject matter.
So I'm going to interrupt you a little bit.
What?
Alexia says, when I get some money, I shall join the class. Thank you, Alexia. How many hours is the class? A lot of hours.
Yeah, it's probably
hours.
like getting close to 100 hours of content now.
And then, are the classes like directly helping you draw? Yes.
Yeah.
Like, what do you mean by directly?
It's basically like an art college. You're going to be taking classes that you would take in an art college.
Yeah.
So you're taking anatomy, clothing, rendering, lighting, perspective, environments, character design,
making a portfolio.
Yeah, making a portfolio. So does this make sense, everyone? You basically got you'll see this a lot. FMB stands for foreground, midground, background. Foreground is your camera. Where are you? Midground is your subject matter. So your camera, your subject matter. Background is your context, which is like, where in the world am I? What's going on in this world?
Yeah.
So that's really standard. You don't have to follow this format. It's just, what is it? It's tried and true. It's tried and tested. Mm-hmm. Oh, look, a little baby bird outside.
Oh, cute.
That's a little quail.
Rain, these are all pre-recorded classes, but we will probably put a version where we, do like a group class call.
Yeah.
Where we critique your art and stuff. So that will be a version of that too.
In this, right, we've got the foreground, which is kind of not really that existent in this one. Probably could be this fish overlapping or just this water. The midground is the subject matter, and the background is all of this stuff back here. That would be foreground, midground, background. This is... Foreground is the ground right here and this wagon. The midground is like the boat, and the background is like the mountain and village back there.
This one kind of gives me like the kind of like classic art illustration vibe. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah. This one's more of a top-down view, so it's more of just a single object like this. Doesn't really have a foreground, midground, background, but it has a lot of overlaps.
So someone asked a question, how long do you think these pieces take to make? Maybe just go by one and kind of just say like approximately the hours.
Oh, I don't know. Maybe 10 to 20 hours per. It really depends. Like this one was part of a class, and I recorded the whole thing live. And after teaching everything, this one's probably like 5 or 6 hours, maybe like 4, 5, 6 hours. So this one, again, foreground is the road and the ground right here. Midground, and maybe the girl. Midground is the building, and then background are like the mountains and clouds. So you'll find a lot of art follows that. Here's another painting that I did kind of recently, actually. Foreground is this rock right here. Midground is this rock right here. And background are the clouds and mountains and stuff.
Can a character be in the foreground? A lot of the time they are.
A lot of the time you'll have a character in the foreground. Like if I wanted a character in the foreground of this one, I would probably go like put some silhouettes. Like maybe you're with some other people who are hiking on this mountain and you can like see people going into the distance like that.
And a lot of the time the people are there for scale.
Yes, people are usually for scale. It tells you how big things are. If you have scale, birds can be scale. So like if I had birds out here by this airship, that would tell me how big the airship is. So human things that you recognize, like this environment doesn't really have much scale. But if I put a person down here, you would know how big everything is. What is this?
I don't know.
Whoa, freaking out.
Glitching.
So that's more of concept art stuff. If you want to be a concept artist, that stuff is really relevant. What else? Not really much going on. Yeah, this is all my portfolio stuff. This stuff is really old back there.
Oh, I remember these.
Yeah. This is more like prop design right here. So I do this stuff for jobs sometimes. I haven't done any concept art in like 2 years though. Here's another one.
Do you have any recent art? I guess this would be considered recent.
This is 2 years ago, I think. Most of my recent art is a couple of years old. Like, see, here's people in the foreground on this one. And the midground is kind of this area, and the background are like these things.
Someone said, I'm kind of worried for concept artists because of AI and all that.
So, yeah. Anyways, AI can't do a lot of things. Concept art is a thinking job. AI can't really think. I think there's certain things that are going to be affected, but I think things are going to be pretty safe a lot for a long time. Fang has a video on YouTube talk about AI. His YouTube channel is...
Wait, up the brush there.
FZD School. He talks about what AI can't do and what it can do.
Bye, Ellie.
And most of concept art, AI cannot do because it's a thinking job. He names like, what is it, like 10 or 12 things that AI cannot do?
Yeah.
And it's not even close to being able to do it.
The thing is, the reason why concept art is such a highly like paid job is because it's hard to think. It's hard to solve problems.
It's a solving job.
It's not like an illustration where you just draw like an already designed, thing.
A lot of concept artists don't even really consider themselves artists. They're like designers. They solve problems.
Like engineers in a way.
Yeah, like how does the hatch on the spaceship open? AI can't do that. It can't like design mechanisms that come apart. It can't design the inside and outside of a building that like all fits together. Maybe eventually, but not right now.
I think the things that AI could do is basically give like a general idea, like solving like some shape stuff or like giving cool ideas. But then it's up to the concept artist to figure all that stuff out. Yeah. So AI can't do everything. You basically have to do what AI can't do, and you'll be hired.
Yeah, but like for the future, I have no idea.
Yeah,
like,
I don't know.
There's no telling. But I don't think the fact that concept artists are having a harder time getting jobs these days has a lot more to do with the economic state of the game industry than it does AI. People stop buying things when they're scared, and it causes like recessions and stuff.
That's true. Beautiful Art also would like to join the Discord.
Yes, join Discord. Link on our profile.
Dance Momo, no. They say, whoa, where's my notification? Yeah, whenever I see AI art, the context makes no sense. And someone said, I was a little disheartened when AI artist accounts started blowing up, so I slowed down for a bit. I would say make art because you like it, not because AI is gonna... Don't let AI ruin the fun of drawing. I think there's always going to be a market for more human, design out there and stuff. I think a lot of the time for like, especially with concept art and stuff, they will use it as a tool rather than, being the main artist, but it really just depends on like how people use it. Obviously it sucks, but I also, another thing that I like to do to make it so that I'm putting a lot of use into AI art is if I like the style and I like the quality of the AI art, I would use that as a study. Like I would study that. And basically
AI can do faces pretty well, but again, AI has to be trained on models.
They do.
And so AI can only copy. So if a game wants to do something new, AI has a difficult time doing that. You'll notice, like, you can usually, at least nowadays, like, most of the models are trained on the same, like, faces, so all the AI characters tend to look very similar. But I like drawing to draw.
Yeah.
AI does not take away me being able to draw and enjoy it.
Yep.
Christoph Young has a really good video called AI Can't Take Art Away From Me. And he talks about how art has allowed him to really appreciate the world in a deeper way. And I really liked that video. It was good.
Yeah.
Don't allow something else to take away what you enjoy doing.
Mm-hmm. And not only that, but art isn't just about pretty art. You know, it's not just about making things pretty. It's about, like, appreciating how things work in the world, and you're trying to show that you appreciate it in a way. Like, I'm still fascinated by how what colors shadows create on other things, like how the graphic composition of the shadow on certain walls looks like.
Yeah.
Like, it's not just about the pretty art. So, yeah, there we go. Thank you for following. I don't know what to draw. We kind of covered a lot on bodies.
Yeah. I like it when it's around 100 people
Me
in
too.
the chat. It's very personal.
Yeah. And if it's 30, it's even more personal.
Yeah. Like, I enjoy it when there's 300-400 people on stream, but I like it more on a personal sense when there's like 100 people here and it's regulars. Hi, Jessica.
Hi, Jessica.
So, who is new here? Who stuck around?
Yeah, from the
Anybody
400
who
people
is
that
new
came.
here, your first time watching today, did you stick around? Have you just got here? Danielle, you're not new. Rain, hello. Where are you from? We are in Phoenix, Arizona, USA. Me, Reggie, Jack Spam, hello.
Hey,
You
we're
and
getting new
me, hello. I
regulars.
just got here. Kit, awesome. Hope you stick around. Meh says me. Your mom says me. I did says Sarah. Been around for 2 hours.
Nice.
Welcome. I am welcome.
I'm drawing Miko.
I was new here a few minutes ago. Welcome,
Hey.
Crystal. My name, of course. Yes. We're in hot, stinky Phoenix. It's not that stinky. Stinky things usually have like some moisture in them.
That's true.
Phoenix doesn't have moisture, so it's not that stinky.
Well, we say anything that's kind of like not very nice, stinky.
Hello. I'm new from the Philippines.
Oh, awesome.
Never seen those people before
Yeah.
in video.
Hey,
Miko. Oh, it is Miko.
Miko. Yeah, it is Miko.
Just got here. Welcome. Yep, if you're new and you've been here the whole time, you are the perfect people to join our Discord community and hang out. Now that all the mob is gone, if you're still here and you like the vibes, we would love for you to stick around and become part of our community and hang out. I'm new from Germany.
Ooh, Germany.
Chicken or sausage?
Chicken or sausage?
That's a hard question.
I haven't had sausage as much lately, so I think I'll say chicken. Chicken is real meat. Well, sausage also would be real
Oh,
meat.
awesome, Gabby. Been practicing what's in the How to Draw Manga book. Manga book one on
Ooh,
stream.
awesome.
Someone did a video review of book one and said, just purchase this How to Draw Magna book.
I loved it.
It's cute.
It's so cute when they pronounce Magna like that.
Magna.
I love it.
I'm from Kayenta, AZ. Just a little bit further down from Flagstaff and Tuba City. That's awesome. I grew up in Payson. So my whole childhood was in Payson. New and been here 3 hours from Indonesia. Welcome.
Oh, nice. How long have we been live for? 3 hours? 4 hours?
About 3 hours.
Okay. Wow, you've been here since the beginning.
I'm from Malaysia. Welcome. I lived next door in Singapore for a year when I was a student. I never got to go over to Malaysia, though. It was pretty busy with studies. I have a bunch of friends in Malaysia, though. Although one of them moved to China for an art job.
Oh, yeah, I remember that.
Where did he move to? Shenzhen
or something.
Shenzhen. I've been really burned out, and I lost the creativity. Everything I draw just looks bad. That's a really difficult problem that a lot of artists go through. I definitely went through that as well. And I would say try to eliminate your expectations of how something should look and just focus on maybe try new stuff. Try drawing something you've never drawn before, maybe approach things in a new way. Focus on maybe making a new OC and coming up with a story.
Get rid of the expectation, as
Yeah.
Colton mentioned. A lot of times it's kind of like you just kind of have to wait it out sometimes. Like that stuff will happen. And sometimes it's also like understand what you're stressed about. Like, is it because you get nervous? And then that emotional like discomfort kind of goes and bleeds into your art, you know, like are you putting too many expectations on yourself that are unhealthy? You know, a lot of stuff like emotional things in your brain can affect your art as well.
Oh, and we have challenges coming up in our Discord server. So there's going to be 3 weekly challenges and 3 monthly challenges. So if you are feeling maybe a little bit burned out, want to do something new and fresh, join the challenges. They're going to be starting early August. VO and Tofungus are going to be running that for us.
Hekoma, I'm creating a chibi course in the making, and it's basically going to cover stuff like this. So yes, I will be covering that sometime soon. But thank you.
How many hours do y'all draw usually? It really depends.
I mean, let's say if I've been drawing for like 3 hours on the stream, I'll just start drawing again after stream. And that usually, I don't know. Sometimes I'll just draw for like maybe 8 hours, maybe a little bit more, depending on my mood. I can work on a painting. I can work on like other doodles. I can work on a class. Usually classes will help increase my drawing time. So it really depends on the day. Sometimes I just don't draw after this. So it really depends.
I think VO's super excited about challenges.
Yeah.
We really do appreciate you
Helping out.
helping lead that for us.
Yes, thank you so much. And Tofungus, of course. But I don't know if is Tofungus
I don't
here
know
today?
if Tofungus is here.
Oh, okay. I like this style of chibi. It's cute.
Yeah, it is cute.
I want a fairy wings.
Can you draw from memory? I don't know what that means exactly.
I'm kind
Like
of
from
drawing
imagination, or from memory would kind of mean like you've seen something before and now you're remembering what it looks like and you're drawing it.
Yeah,
'Cause
I'm
this
guessing
isn't from memory because she's just making it up. Any tips on coming up with shapes and colors on background art, especially nature backgrounds? Well, you're definitely in the right direction because you're asking about shapes and colors. So shapes are definitely the most important thing to backgrounds and any art,
Anything,
really. That's how our
yeah.
brain perceives stuff. So shapes is where it's at. Big, medium, small, I would say. Make big things, little things, and small things. Make sure that your overall graphical feel is pretty solid. Your drawing's not about the details, it's about the overall.
I'm just doodling at this point. I'll add a little bit of lace at the bottom. And the more you actually, the more you can draw from imagination just means that you've seen a lot of things. So like if your visual library is expanded enough to the point where you can draw things, then that's when you can start using your imagination more. Like for instance, I am a huge lover of Lolita style lacy frilly dresses, and I've seen a ton of these style of dresses and I've drawn a ton of these, so I know what they generally look like.
I didn't mean for my lava lamp to look like that.
Oh, no. We don't talk
It was
about
like a Freudian slip.
Yes. That's funny. I still think about that every now and then. I really liked that game night. It was really, really fun. Everybody had a blast. We're just laughing the whole time. My cheeks hurt.
Yeah, October is going to be fun.
Inktober and stuff. Inktober will definitely be a
October
thing.
challenges, we'll probably do like spooky stuff as well.
Yeah. Dressing up characters in a costume. How to color something neon.
Neon is
Well, actually, we have a little thing right here.
yeah.
So
That's kind of neon.
That's kind
like
of neon
lit. It's just a green light.
That's true. Do you mean like an outfit that's like neon, like really bright? Is that what you're saying? Hey, Via's excited for October challenges. Nice. Aw, Kayla says Miko's so cute. She's my bias. Oh, that's so cute.
That is cute.
I know that Tira is some people's bias as well.
I'm trying to get into
some
drawing
Naomi as
Genshin
well.
cares, but the designs are so complicated. How to simplify? Look for the larger shapes. Don't draw the details or just imply details, and look for shapes, main shapes.
Let me draw Tira.
I like June, Sarah says.
June's cute. I like all the girls. I don't know who I'm biased towards.
Do you teach how to draw on the iPad? Well, drawing on the iPad is the same as drawing anywhere else. It's just like the technicalities of the iPad itself. And it depends on what program you're using on the iPad. Like, are you using Procreate? Are you using, what is it, IBIS?
IBIS X. Yeah, I believe that's on the iPad as well. Krita probably is on the iPad. Probably.
Bias for Kevin.
Kevin.
My little brother is trying to draw anime. Any tips for him? Just enjoy it.
Enjoy it first.
Enjoy it. Enjoy the act of drawing it, and don't worry too much about how it turns out.
Yep. I would say the happiest times of my artist career is when I was a beginner, because all I did was just drew because I loved drawing, and that's still what fuels me to this day to continue drawing, was because of my happy experiences of drawing and not thinking about expectations. So
Imani is Naomi's older sister.
yes, I should draw Imani sometime again.
Tira's my bias ever since Colton said I sounded like what she would sound like. Yeah, we think you sound like Tira. We think Daniela sounds like Tira, and Sarah
Sounds like Miki. Yeah, and then so we're like, oh, they probably have a Miki Tira relationship.
Yeah.
We're already doing some fantasizing.
Y'all got
here.
some real nice sounding voices.
I know. I'm just like shocked. I'm always like, wow, that voice is so cute. I need to voice sample it. I wish I could I would hire you guys for being their voice actors if I could. That'd be so much fun.
I gotta go eat. Thanks for teaching me so much. Awesome.
Yeah, no problem.
I'm anti-Sarah.
Anti-Sarah. That's so funny. I would say Miki and Tira were, I think, initially rivals of some sort, and then Tira became their friend because she's just a nice girl.
Yeah.
I feel like Tira always buys things for the girl group because she's just got money and she likes spoiling them. So that's what I always imagine. Like, she would get everyone Stanley Cups for like a Christmas gift or something, and they would all be matching. That's what I imagine. So.
Python, unfortunately, very late.
I'm sorry, Python. I saw you earlier though. You weren't that late.
OMG, wait, I have money. I'm always spoiling y'all on live. It's true.
We really appreciate your donos. You're always so generous, Daniela. And of course, everyone else who also donates a lot. Like, we just really appreciate it.
Yes. 136 people here.
Wow. Y'all are just staying and chilling and
Guys,
nice.
I am Tira. Yes.
The only difference is that you're a brunette and not a blonde.
Yeah.
But, I mean, who cares?
Totoro, I'm so late.
It's okay.
If y'all ever need a voice actor, maybe someday, honestly.
What's happening? My hair is turning blonde. You're so funny, Daniela.
Hello, Ari.
Hey, Ari. Danny is definitely Tira, guys. Yeah. Sarah, are you Korean, by the way, or like Asian? Because for some reason, I kind of imagine you as Asian for some reason. You don't have to answer that if you don't feel like comfortable doing that.
When people chat in the chat or like talk and chat, your brain kind of automatically makes like a mental picture of them.
Oh, I knew it. Sarah's Asian. I knew it. I think it was, I don't know what it was. I just had a vibe. I just was like, I think she's Asian. I don't know what it is though.
It's funny.
Interesting how that happened. That's a good guess. I'll just say it was a guess. Lucky guess.
Well, there's a bunch of people out there who, when they write like a book, like a novel, they won't describe their characters at all and just let people imagine them. I think I Am Legend by Richard Matheson was like that. Like, he didn't explain the character at all.
Oh, hi, Danny.
Not until the end of the book.
Yeah. I'm like a yapping hamster. Ellie, you're a very cute yapping hamster.
Volunteering as tribute to voice act, you can torment me to your heart's content.
What would Vio sound like, honestly?
I don't know exactly.
She also sounds kind of like a Miki as well. Yeah. She's got that brighter voice.
She can honestly be like a June voice.
If she can do... Yeah, honestly, that could... June's voice, I think, is lower and just more monotone. That's what I imagine. Are you using Go Paint app? Nope, I'm using Procreate.
Yeah, we'll have to think about this. I want to be a voice actor for y'all.
I would love that. If we ever make an anime with these characters, I would love that.
Python, yesterday's stream was all about hands, and that is up on our VODs channel, so you can go check that out. It was like 2 hours long or more. I don't remember.
Actually, if we ever made comics and we could have people voice the comics, like voice the speech bubbles and stuff.
Yeah. Whoa.
Colton is picking a pimple off of my forehead.
It's not a pimple. It's like a little crusty thing.
Ew, nasty. I like those. I shouldn't say that.
She always picks
I like picking at those. I should not say that.
Sukuna's love. Thank you. Hope to see you again. Glad it was helpful.
Yeah.
What is the drawing tablet called? It's an iPad Pro 12.9. Oh, sorry, not yesterday. It was 2 days ago. Our last live.
Wait, what was it? Hands?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Have you guys ever done pixel art?
No, not really.
When I was like a sophomore in high school, I did a little bit of pixel art.
I like these little chonk legs. They're cute.
Yeah, I love them. I love their little feet, like the ends of a finger almost.
Yeah. Let me think of what to dress.
I recorded you saying that, Christina.
What?
Oh, no.
You mean the pimple that I like to pick off? Is that what you're saying?
It's just an Apple Pencil Pro. I don't remember what it's called. It's like an Apple Pencil.
We did not stream yesterday. Yeah, that was 2 days ago. I'm getting warm in here. Can you bring the fan in?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you for the rose.
I think I will give her like a cute little... I've always been drawing Tira in like short dresses. I should probably try a longer dress. Maybe I'll do like a split dress. Like a gown like this. I don't know. I'm just having fun, guys. Y'all can just chill. Breakfast right now is awesome. A sundress. Actually, that's a perfect idea. Thank you. I hope I can draw a sundress to the best of my ability.
Here's a little tip that I actually just thought of.
Go ahead.
So a lot of artists, when they draw, they're really, really focused on finding a style. And they're like, I don't want to break my style. I just want to keep my style. And you notice with Christina, she's always saying things like, I think I'm going to try a different style. I think I'm going to try different proportions. Oh, I'm going to do a thing that I usually don't do. So the reason that Christina gets so good is because she's constantly trying to break herself out of her comfort zone. So if you want to get better at art, try to push yourself out of your comfort zone all the time. So you'll notice with Christina, it's literally just a habit now. Like she's always trying to break out and do something new. Or a lot of the time.
Well, I get bored if I just draw the same thing all the time. That's what I think of. And it's totally fine to switch styles. It's not a bad thing. Someone said people should make a compilation of unhinged comments that we say on stream.
Yeah, I think about 3 hours and 20 minutes, a little bit under, we've been live.
Yeah.
Yeah, people are going to eventually make compilations of unhinged stuff we say. We need to be careful of what we say on stream.
I know. Well, I mean, like, funny unhinged things, you know? Like, I don't care. Like, if people clip the the part where I talked about what I like to pick off on a pimple, like, I don't care. I think that's funny. What was something else that you said on a stream that was, like, really funny? Oh, you were like, oh, man, I feel like I got a...
Oh.
I think Vio really liked that. That was really funny. So sometimes we just say random stuff.
Y'all better be careful. I'm y'all's biggest op. Yep.
I'm animated. Oh my gosh, you guys are funny. The rooster,
that would be really funny.
That would be really funny.
Animate us.
Y'all, you can go crazy. I don't care. Well,
yeah.
just make sure it's not inappropriate and we're good. Well, we make sure to say safe things.
I think it's really good for content creators to be able to laugh at themselves, not take themselves too seriously.
Yeah, I like it. I don't like taking myself too seriously. It just makes me more stressed, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I want to add like little flower patterns on this.
I don't know how to clip on TikTok.
Clip? Yeah, I don't know either. Somebody's going to have to go in to our lives or on our VODs and just clip and have to find the timestamp. Oh, remember the soda refrigerator explosion? That was an unhinged moment. Vio found that.
Yep.
She basically looked through the whole entire VOD and was like, I know where it is. It's like in an hour and blank whatever time. I don't remember what it was.
Like an hour and 11 minutes?
Yeah. I can't believe you did that.
50 seconds, I think.
My favorite clip would be someone calling Colton saying something about me favoritism. Unfortunately, we can't.
There's nothing bad about having favorites with people you spend more time with.
Yeah, like you guys are regulars. The more often you're a regular and you just hang out and you're cool, like I mean, we're just gonna like you, you know.
All of our members.
I do,
but I'm 100% allowed to have friends.
Yeah,
it ain't like kindergarten where it's just like everybody needs to like each other equally. It's like, I mean,
we're
I
human.
can have best friends.
Yeah,
I can have friends.
What was it? I mean, we're not like K-pop idols where we can't have any relationships, you know. So
I don't dislike. Like I just.
Yes, we do have VODs from our TikTok. It's actually on the link in our profile.
Yes.
Good to be down to earth, Yas. Tell your truth. When I see a live notification, I get way too excited. Oh, thank you, Kayla. You're so sweet.
I don't want the Discord server or the group to turn into like a clique where new people aren't welcome. But I don't see that happening at all right now.
Like, I will remember you the more often you come. So like the more regulars that we have, the more I'm going to remember your names.
Thank you for the dono. Are you guys ever on voice chat in your Discord? Yeah,
sometimes,
at nighttime we are a lot of the time.
Colton hasn't been lately because he's been playing games.
I've been gaming.
And I sometimes go on quiet drawing, and we have fun there too.
Yes. So there are channels in our Discord server that have like themes. There's game night, and there is lounge, and there's quiet drawing room or quiet drawing something. I've been playing Escape from Tarkov, which is a very big change from a couple weeks ago, which was Animal Crossing.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Oh, thank you. Shout out to Punk Potato for being the 33rd member on the team.
Yes, thank you.
And thank you for sending the dono as well. What are you playing? Colton was playing Escape from Tarkov.
Yep.
Yeah. And I've just been drawing.
Well, time to watch your stream regularly. Awesome.
Oh, thank you. Eden says, you guys are so friendly. I really enjoy being in your lives. Thank you.
Thank you.
And Danny says, the stream is amazing, like always. Thank you.
We appreciate it.
Yeah, we really do appreciate it.
So yeah, the Discord server that we're always talking about, you can join it in the link on our profile. If you can't see the link, feel free to send us a direct message on TikTok asking for the link. If you just send a waving hand, I'm going to ignore it because we get a bunch of messages.
With waving hands.
With waving hands.
And we don't know if you want to ask for the thing.
Like, sometimes it'll be like 16 message requests.
Yeah.
And it's just people with the waving hands.
So the lounge channel is generally for people who just want to chat, you know? I mean, so this is what happens.
That's like the general
This is kind of what happens. We have a quiet drawing, which is basically people who just want to draw quietly and have more chill conversations. Why am I doing this drawing? So we got lounge, which is just kind of like a general hangout area. Mm-hmm. People can just chat away, whatever. Then we got Yap City.
Yap City is for when people want to go crazy.
Crazy yapping. You know, not a lot of people go there, but I feel like some people should go there sometimes, but it's okay. Then we got quiet drawing, which is for people who want to just kind of draw, stream, just kind of chill.
Yeah.
You know, limited amount of people can come in here and stuff like that. So that's the main amount of, that's usually the main voice channels that people go to. We might be on VC tonight sometime.
And game night, we're going to make it so if you can either watch quietly or play the game, but if you're not playing games and you want to hang out in game night and talk, you may need to go to another channel.
Yeah.
Because it gets difficult to play games when there's people who aren't playing the game and they're all talking.
Kowalski, I have no idea what happened last night. Yesterday people were drawing and it was so quiet till Maddie came. Yeah, Maddie can be quite talkative, so usually she will be on lounge. So usually...
Is it free to join? Yeah, it's just our Discord server.
Yeah. But there's basically a room for everybody. You know, some people really like to talk, and so they'll go to different chat rooms. Other times it's kind of like other people like different vibes, so it just really depends on what you want to do.
Yeah. Like, that's why we made the different rooms, because sometimes people don't want to talk, but they want to hang out and draw, and so they go to quiet drawing. And sometimes people want to have a good time and yell and shout and all kinds of stuff, and they can go to Yap City or Lounge.
Yeah. Ellie, my worst fear is annoying people when I talk. You're very self-aware, and I think that's I shouldn't say that's a good thing to think about, but I would say the fact that you think about that means you're probably not annoying.
Yeah.
So you don't have to worry about that.
Do I have to talk? No, there's chat channels that you can message. A lot of people will join and just stay silent.
Yeah.
And just message.
Yeah.
Where can I didn't see that. Oh, where can I find your Discord? There's a link on our profile with an invite link. If you don't see the link on our profile, you can send us a direct message on TikTok and I'll send it to you. Otherwise, at the very top here, drawanimeacademy.com/TikTok. That is the page that contains the invite. Mm-hmm. It's all good.
Yeah.
I pointed out to Christina the other day, there were like 7 or 8 people in a call and everybody was muted.
Yeah. Everybody was muted and just like doing their own thing.
I'm like, that's so funny.
It is funny.
It's like, why join the call? Just message.
Yeah.
We're messaging anyways.
Last time I joined a call, I felt like I spoke too much and haven't... Really? I have no idea. Maybe I haven't seen you on, but I think you're good.
Usually, if you're worried about talking too much, you probably don't talk too much.
Yeah.
Because you're self-aware.
Yeah. So don't worry about that. I think, have faith, you are completely fine.
I wouldn't worry about it.
I like conversations. I think there's a time and place for some quiet, and a time and place for like really big yapping. A lot of time, a lot of people will be in lounge, and if it gets too loud, other people will move to a different chat room. So totally up to you.
We love it when people talk because we get to ship your voices with characters.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
Who would you voice?
Yeah.
Which one of our characters would they voice? Like when I first heard Sarah talk, I was just like,
that's a Miki voice.
that's a Miki voice. Mm-hmm. When I first heard Daniela talk,
That's a Tira voice. Yeah.
and it's a compliment too.
So Kayla asked, okay, but by the way, I heard you guys, blah, 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 can't read. I heard you guys talking about a challenge, what it is about actually. So
Early August
let me go
is
to
when
the
it's going to
announcements.
first start. There's going to be weekly and monthly challenges, and you're basically going to get 3 different prompts, and you can choose any or multiple or all of them to draw and submit. And then on Saturday streams, we're going to show people's work that they submitted.
Heard my call sign. Yeah, Vio's one of the Vio and Tofungus are the what would you call them? Like the hosts?
They host the
challenges.
So yes, and Vio, did you get enough people to draw stickers? Do I need to tell people to do that again? Or not stickers, clip art and stuff. I know a couple people were thinking about doing that. But yes, that's going to be announced soon. So go into the Discord server to self roles, and there is a challenge role that you can get by reacting to the most recent post with the checkered flag, and it'll give you the role to join the challenges. If you do not have the role, you won't be able to chat in that chat.
So my goal, Hafe said, my goal is to hopefully become a VA. So any fun projects would be cool to do. Awesome. I think my voice would be perfect for Naomi. I have like a million different voices. Nice. I'd love to hear a voice sample sometime.
Yeah.
You should go and call Kayla and we'll do a voice reveal. I have no idea if you're comfortable with that.
All right, cool, Vio. Yeah, just let me know if I need to plug it again on TikTok Live.
I'm so sorry, Kowalski. Your pup just peed in the bed. That's horrible.
Bruh.
Can I join being young? I think the youngest is either 13 or 14.
Yeah, we don't allow any swearing in the Discord server. If you're really young, I would just have direct messages turned off because I don't know everybody in the Discord server. But in the server itself, it's safe. And there's no limit on age.
Yeah. Oh, I will one day. I'm a little shy. It's all good. The youngest is now 12. Oh, okay.
I was part of some communities when I was 12 years old. They were really important to me, like, just developing as a person.
Was that the lucid dreaming one?
Yeah, I was in a community for that. I was on Artemino, but I was older at that point.
I joined Artemino when I was 12.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that was always fun.
Yes, don't share any info about yourself. There's no reason to, if you're not comfortable with it.
Yeah.
You know, older people will like share their names and what city they're in and stuff, but
that's about it. You know,
I'll do a voice reveal at some point. Awesome.
At least that's the only impression I can do is Mickey Mouse. That'll be very funny to hear. We should probably wrap up pretty soon.
Yeah, we'll probably wrap up. I feel like you learn a lot of what not to do if you're on the internet at a young age. Yeah.
That's true. And Elmo, oh no. Elmo has a funny voice. I think it's hilarious.
Elmo and Mickey Mouse do sound a little bit similar.
They kind of do. Maybe we'll join voice call later today. I think I will, because I like having some company when I draw. And if Colton's gaming and chatting with like his brother and stuff while gaming, I'll be like, I kind of want to chat with someone too.
I joined server 11 and I got banned. It's honestly, when you're young, you're probably going to get banned from some servers because sometimes, like, it's just how it happens.
A lot of the time, not saying that you're like this or anything, but I feel like a lot of people, when they have a young person come up, usually the younger person can sometimes don't know the culture of the platform, and it's harder for them to really, vibe into the server.
Yeah.
So that's kind of what happens.
Don't take it personally.
Yeah.
That's all I can say. Just keep joining. No, I never said like my age. They banned me for being annoying when I rarely texted.
It happens. That's dumb. Yeah.
And also, you have to remember, people who start Discord servers, they're just people. Like, they may actually have been the weird one.
Yeah,
like,
that's true.
You know what I mean? Like, don't take it personally because you don't know who they are. They may be weird. They may
have a bias of some sort.
They have biases. My advice would be, if you don't aspire to be like somebody, then you probably shouldn't take their advice or criticisms.
Yeah. That's kind of how you can separate yourself.
That's kind of my rule of thumb.
That's my rule of thumb, too.
If I don't look up to somebody, then why would I be offended at when they don't like me?
Yeah. I just realized I've been just, like, looking at chat and not drawing. I gotta keep my hands moving. Just a little bit. Yeah, I like joining voice calls as well. It's very fun. I think we need to set an actual, like, date for game night, because we don't know when. I don't know when we should host it. I don't know if it should be twice a month or.
I think right now maybe it'll be a little bit more impromptu.
Okay.
Because like at nighttime when I'm like hanging out with Kevin and stuff, it's a little bit less predictable.
That's right.
Kevin and I don't have set days to hang out and like play games together.
Yeah, that's right. That's true. It's usually kind of when it's more sporadic right now.
Colton yaps about the school or life lessons. Yep.
I like the life lessons. It just makes your life easier when you have epiphanies.
Yeah, I read a lot as well. Nonfiction. And some fiction.
I like watching videos about life lessons.
Can you explain contrast? Contrast is just a difference in two values.
Like you'll notice that
are lightness and darkness.
This is basically contrast.
Well, everything's contrast.
Everything is contrast.
There's low contrast and there's high contrast. So, right? Daniela, also, you forgot when I yap, the third option is when I talk about art lessons. So this is high contrast.
Vio says I got a Colton quote book.
Let me think. How do I do this? I'll just make this a lot bigger. And I'll do this. That's high contrast. And this is low contrast. So a high contrast is just a large difference in values, and a low contrast is just a low difference in values. So for example, this would be, let's just go a little bit darker. This would also be low contrast between these two values. So contrast is just like something different next to something else. Like there's contrast of color, there's contrast of value, there's contrast of shape. Like a whole bunch of squares, and then there's a circle. That would be a contrast of shape. Contrast, probably you could even just Google the definition of contrast. It would be pretty good. It's just like a difference.
Almost like opposites in a way, but not really.
What do you, I don't know your username. It's just a period for me. So I hope that was helpful. Ha ha hack.
So Alexia said, life lessons help my frontal lobe develop. Your life lessons.
Was that me you're talking about, Daniela? Yapping and adding me yesterday. I was so confused and you never texted back.
It's the piggies. Remember you asked their names?
Oh, yeah.
What
I
are
was
they?
talking to Christina about it. What were their names anyways? Did you
Well,
post their names? I don't actually know if I ever checked that channel. I got super distracted.
that's what happens.
My bad.
I like that moment of silence. You're like, my bad. You're so funny.
Wait,
I didn't, because you never texted back.
wait, let me go. It's in the
Quiet drawing.
quiet
Yeah, it's in
drawing.
quiet.
Oh my gosh, look at this.
Wow, we got a lot of people. OC lore, nice.
When I see every channel lit up, I get scared that there was a spam, but it's just the server's super active right now.
Yay, that's great.
Poggers, okay.
Lounge, people are in lounge right now. That's fun. Oh, that's cute. Sleepy pigeons
super
are.
cute.
That's a cute little doodle.
That's so cute. Yeah, Challenge Art is an image restricted channel. I'm gonna have to update it later probably. What is it in?
Christina, the master. I'm no master.
What was it? Quiet drawing.
It's up. Because we were chatting in quiet drawing as well. Up.
That's so cute.
Up there.
There. So what were their names? We need their names. Their names.
Yeah, Colton was like their names. He's just
Yesterday
like,
at
what?
7:05, Colton, you can't just at me and then run away. And then I never responded because I didn't see it.
It's because it's in quiet channel. You don't see things in quiet channel.
I don't see
gotta,
things in chats.
Yeah, especially on the voice channel chats.
Speaking of pig names.
Someone said, Moldy Jeff says, nice, a mention of us in lounge. Great, I'm glad that you guys are on lounge.
Yep.
Hopefully you guys are chatting a bunch. Yeah, Daniel's like, yeah, whatever. If Cole never comes up on quiet drawing, you'll let us, he'll let you know. Or wait, what? No, let him know the names of the piggies because those are very cute piggies.
Mm-hmm.
I'm so excited for tomorrow's stream. I'm so excited.
I don't know, Sarah.
What happened?
You might have to ask 40 times.
Quiet drawing is it's just a voice channel. It's usually with a lot. It's a public channel. It's basically where people just come in and draw quietly and have more chill conversations. Like it's not super exciting. Like it's not super hyper.
In our Discord
in our Discord server.
So I don't know if you're in our Discord server, but that's what it is. I'm gonna hop off and join lounge. All right, Danny. See ya.
See ya. Yeah, we should probably head off too. Wait, so you guys go on Discord and draw with everyone? I can't wait until I get my new tablet. Yeah, I can't wait too. Love to see you stream sometime.
Love how often you guys go live. Yes, 4 times a week these days.
Yeah.
Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Saturday, 1:30 Pacific. And we hang out for a couple hours. Ew. What was that?
I picked something off of my face and it had a hair on it.
Can't stop smiling.
What are you guys smiling for?
I think they're just happy.
Oh. Ooh. Y'all, what are you
what was
smiling?
that?
I don't know what that was.
I
Oh, you can
pin
reply,
comments,
pin comments?
Translate,
What?
mute. So reply to Sarah. That's cool. See, we've been streaming for months. I didn't know you could reply to comments. Or
Yeah.
pin them.
I did not know that.
Dang. Next time, one of you can say the Discord, or somebody say brush
Brush in
download in bio, and I'll pin that comment. Whoever's first.
bio. they get the honor of doing that.
Brush download in bio. Have faith was the first. Excuse me.
Cool.
Pin this comment. Boom. Wait, it's only for 60 seconds?
What?
Well, I guess that gives people more opportunities to get pinned.
Yeah. Have faith won.
That's great. I'm going to do that from now on.
Yeah.
Look at that. Does that all show up as pinned for you? What does that look like?
Yeah, I have no idea. I see this.
You can take a screenshot of it and send it in the Discord if you want, like general chat or whatever.
Or off topic, I don't care.
I don't care where.
I'm going to become emo because I wasn't. It's funny. You guys are so funny.
Yeah,
I just love you guys. Crack me up. I hope that this. Well, I shouldn't say this because I feel like I might jinx it. But I hope that this vibe like lasts for a long time.
Me too.
We'll make it happen.
Screenshot taken. Thank you.
Nice.
I see someone added me.
Oh, okay.
okay.
So that's what it looks like. Oh,
Pinned. Oh, that's awesome. And then, yep, sweet.
Oh, okay.
Thank you.
We got you. We can't. What brush do you use? Can't read all of a sudden.
Custom welcome message. I just don't know how. Psych, I'm leaving the server today.
I think it's just gonna. You're just gonna leave a hole in my heart.
How long have we been live? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4.
Almost 4 hours, maybe.
Almost like 3.5 hours.
Yeah, we did a lesson. Now we're chilling.
Maybe we'll head off.
Yeah,
Hang out.
I'll hop on like some voice channel or something. I don't know which one yet. And just see how everyone's doing.
Yep. Awesome. Well, thank you everybody for hanging out. We will see you tomorrow on Saturday stream for the OCs. That's going to be fun. Don't love Colton because he didn't respond back. Yep.
Thank you all for joining. As always, Raw.
Just DM me if you really... If I didn't respond back, it's probably because I didn't see it. So just
Yeah, Colton
DM
gets
me.
very distracted with his games. So, yeah, nothing personal. Bye.
What time is
the
the next? 1:30 Pacific tomorrow.
Yeah.
It's going to be a special stream we do on Saturdays. OC drawing streams. It gets kind of hectic sometimes, especially as the server grows.
Yep.
So 900 people in here.
Crazy.
All right. We'll see you later tonight in voice chat.
Yep. See ya.
See ya.